Welcome to sideB, motherfuckers.
Welcome to sideB, motherfuckers.
Hey, one goal, one thing, one move, man, that shit don't change. It's certain. Real niggas do real fucking things. Real niggas do. Hey, there's only one goal, one thing, one move, man, that shit don't change. And it's certain. Real niggas do real fucking things. Real niggas do real fucking things. Alright, I'ma keep it general just like the army. Most real niggas know most niggas phony. Your shadow got your back, huh? Just like your homie. That's why shady niggas will harm thee. Just ask Caesar. Brutus got him and caught him before his last breather. If that don't make you believers, then you'll learn. Honesty is a quality that will burn, but it's cool. And trust is a quality you will earn. You a fool if you think you learn all of the rules. Imitating imitation and they calling it cool. I know a little bit, but go ahead and call me a fool. While you sprinkle sugar on shit and you calling it food. See, I'm just trying to groove and you standing on the wall with your hands on your balls, making crab claws move. Trying to bonk at a dog, but I don't bonk. I just fall back till you think you winning, but you lost in the beginning.
How y'all, man?
We're good.
How are you?
No complaints. Trying to stay busy and shit.
How's the acting going? Any secret
Up and down.
projects
up and down.
we're gonna see you in soon? We haven't seen you in yet.
I got a couple of things, but who knows when they'll come out.
That's true.
That's
true.
part of that game, man. They'll shoot something 1 month and they'll come out for years. Then you shoot something else and they come out a couple of months later. It's
But they tell you like your agent doesn't say like, oh, it's dropping, or no, you just.
you kind of could tell with TV stuff, like Queen Sugar. I think I'm gonna be on there. What episode? Y'all watch Queen Sugar?
My mom does. I don't.
I'm like a season behind.
Yeah, well, I'm like about to be on there either this week or next week. But like, it's easier to track TV shows because you know when the episode's gonna drop. You check the schedule. But like movies,
That's true.
you don't really know. You dig? And then even with indie films, they don't even know when they're gonna get their distribution and all this and all that. So
Right.
it's an interesting game, dog. That's what I can say. It's been an
It is.
interesting game.
I caught you in that one, Venom.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you were in that one. So I was watching. I was like, oh, that's Martin.
That's what's up.
So, are you trying to get in this new phase of MCU movies somewhere?
Man, everyone's trying. I mean, they're gonna give you a shot. You
That's
feel me?
true.
Because like a lot of times, so much is out your hands. It's about what your agent could get you into, or what like a casting director might, see in you, and they might pull your picture.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm learning, like I think you might even hear me say on the podcast that like being in the South, if you don't have like a West Coast agent, there's like a
I
bevy
did
of
hear you
things.
say that you will never even be considered for. Yeah.
Because they got this little stigma, like, oh, the South is just whatever. And it's like, dude, y'all act like everybody in LA is from LA.
That's
people move
right,
to LA.
right,
Like,
right.
half them people are people from the South and everywhere else that
moved to LA.
So, and then we have in a new digital age of, like, half my auditions ain't even live no more. It's send us a tape.
Really?
So if you just taking tapes from all over the world,
What difference does it make where my agent is based out of? And yeah.
they're not making sense. So it's like they got to catch up.
You're Joseph.
Yes, I am.
He's like, who the hell is that? It's nice to meet you. I'm Brady.
How you doing?
And that's CJ.
Hi, nice to meet you.
This is
What's up?
AlphaJo 504.
The women's with the rings
And
and
the
the
thangs.
things. You hear me?
I was like, man, if we copyright that, we gotta break y'all up or something. Because y'all
I mean,
came
you
up with
know.
that.
Just tell all your celebrity friends that we did that. You know?
I was just sent to the podcast.
Celebrity
Y'all
friend?
greedy.
Y'all are celebrities.
You know what? That's right.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, put my phone on silent. Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice to put the phone on silent. Nothing says fuck it like a good old ringtone. I had a boss of mine that her ringtone is these nuts, and it comes out. I'm like, this is not professional. We had a whole university here.
Is
What's
she a
going on?
millennial?
No,
Really?
No,
Oh,
she-
that's interesting.
she's just an asshole. Like just being in your office and you like all quiet, and you just hear these nuts. It's like, what the fuck? disrespectful to the workspace.
My ring is a dog's barking, so I just like seeing people wonder what that is.
What is a dog?
Yeah, it's
You got
just,
a dog bark?
hey, and it's just always with me, like, cause that's how I feel sometimes. Every time I want to talk on the phone, so when y'all calling me, it's just like, what? That's what I hear. It's just, what you want? What you want?
My favorite sound.
I'm very DMX right
That's how I feel. Very DMX.
What even?
The DMX seems like right. Exactly. No. That's how I feel. Every time somebody calls, unless it's like money related, it's what the niggas want from my nigga for real. That's what my head gets out.
Actually, I'm gonna sit like right there on the floor.
I thought you were about
I'm
to say
excusing
something.
myself from this, like the rotation.
No, trust me. There's been many man. There's been many middleman who has been skipped.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have to pass to you just because you're right there.
Yeah.
I just don't want to interrupt the flow.
No, trust me. We'll right here and still look dead in your eyes in middle conversation.
She saw the weed, like, wait, hold up
Hold
now.
on. This is operation
So I
going
thought about it. I was
down.
like, this don't flow. You know.
She's like, I'm not trying to fuck up the rotation.
Oh wait, who is? Are you in it?
Do I what?
Are you gonna be in the rotation?
I'll smoke, yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, the rotation can
I'm
go.
surprised you don't want to, because, I mean, it's not like you don't. You're just not now.
So,
We on break.
y'all know my job, drug test. And I'm in like I just got a promotion.
Oh.
And so I can't risk them being like, oh, by the way, surprise.
What's jam?
Well, I'm a stay-at-home mom now, so
Oh.
I can get as high as I want to.
I would be as high as I want to
A
if
lot
I
of
stay at
stay-at-home
home
moms are
mom or
high as they want
dad.
to.
So
Yeah.
Some not on weed, maybe like biking in, you know.
Oh shit, no, I don't do that stuff anymore. Okay. I'll smoke when I won't have my children. Just because I'm one of those like giddy people, and I know they would pick up on it and be like, "Mom's off. What's going on?" My husband is no different when he's high than when he's not. Like I can't even tell. He has to tell me he smokes. But
So you just
there's a
naturally
difference.
chill?
Yes.
That man is born high.
He's born.
Pretty much. She can tell you he's very. Me on the other hand, no. So he can smoke and the kids be around. He's no different. Me, we have to be on like vacation, or they have to be with a sitter, or speaking of, I will have some on vacation. So maybe they'll make you pee in a cup this week, and then
Or maybe they'll never make me pee in a cup, and I'm just being cautious.
that too.
I
That would be the best case scenario.
Let my girl get comfortable in her promotion.
Right.
Right.
Wow, so she can
I
feel
just
like-
got this bitch.
You know what I mean?
Now I'm getting fired for stealing boxes on my day
On my
off.
day off.
Now I'm caught up with Smokey, and I owe people money. Smoking with flower bats.
I don't even know Big Perm. Oh, Big Worm. So, all that we want to know, I guess we can start the podcast. Welcome to the Fly with Bats podcast. What episode?
That's 85.
85?
Side
Nah,
A.
we on the side B right now.
Really? Then we on 84 side.
So we
B.
on 84 side B. That makes sense. Oh, 84 side B. Side B. Is that actor guy reviewing that? Yup, you're right. I never know. It's that actor guy, Martin Bats Bradford. You can find me on all your social media platforms at Mr. Bats. Spell it Mr. Outer, you ain't gonna find me. Unless it's Facebook or Google or something, you could just, Martin Bats Bradford. You can almost just pop up like, your resident dark-skinned brother. But as usual.
Not your resident.
My resident, you know what I'm saying? I'm always
I'm
here.
here.
For you. I got the chocolate for everybody. But as usual, man, I'm here with my brothers.
Passe wine, it's your boy AlphaJo, fresh out of the gumbo, still deep in the roux. And if you're out in the streets and you're looking for me, you can find me on IG, AlphaJo, no E504, side B. We in this bitch, and we in this bitch with who?
The women's with the rings and
And the
things. At least two of them, man. Let them know who y'all are.
You want to go first, CJ?
Hey guys, this is CJ.
Let me get close.
Yeah, get close.
It's Bree. Thank y'all so much for having us today. We're excited to be flying with that.
Yes.
Oh, y'all about to be flying. That's damn.
It's the four misses in the mic. Of course, they always pop up on the scroll as podcasts that we love to shout out because, I actually listen to them. And even though I ain't married or nothing. But it'd be interesting hearing, the other side of the world, man. How do y'all husbands feel listening to it back? I often want to know because I know that y'all had like maybe 1 or 2 episodes. I know one in particular where they were guests. But sometimes y'all get personal. And I just be like, oh.
Y'all got a red table talk over there.
It's kind of like a red table talk for real. Like when I'm listening, that's what it feels like.
It kind of is, and the weird thing is, Red Table Talk kind of started right around the same time we did, and I was like, oh, I hope nobody thinks we're biting.
And your logo all red and
right?
everything.
Right. I was like, we're definitely not biting. So Will and Jade, if you listen, swear it was an independent idea. No, our husbands. I mean, well, I can speak for my husband. He's an open book like I am. He doesn't care. So.
Yeah. So it's interesting because my husband and I talk a lot about everything. So then sometimes I guess I'll say things on the podcast that we haven't talked about or that he didn't know. And then he'll be like, so you think this? Or you... And it won't be anything bad, but I'll be like, oh snap, I thought you knew. So
and that's the type of stuff I'll be wondering. It's like, is there anything that happened that y'all talk about and then her be like, wait a minute, I ain't know you exactly what you said. I ain't know you felt like that, baby. Can we expound a little bit or etc.?
All depends on what it is. I'll be like, sit around. So you're going to go on a whole podcast and tell a bunch of strangers how you feel, but we didn't talk yet. All right.
It don't feel like that's what happens a lot, though, but I'll be afraid.
Yeah, I'll be afraid. I'm like, what? That's how you feel? Oh, but your podcast and your girlfriend's here. All right. Cool. Me and my homeboy's about to do a podcast. I wonder what I'm going to say.
So I've been threatened with that before.
Oh.
The only thing that happened one time was, it wasn't so much that we hadn't talked about it. It was, he was like, you gave him your side. What about my side? And I was like, well, next time you're on, you can give them your side. So he did, and it just so happened to be the episode about going through your man's phone.
Oh.
And he was like, oh, but you forgot that I went through your phone before, and I found a little something. And I was like, you're right, I did. I forgot. So
anybody let's something.
Obviously, it wasn't that bad. We're still married.
Of course.
So.
But it's that knowledge of like, you go through a girl from what it's like because you never, a man, as far as from what I know, the men I'm around and me myself, we don't really like go through women's phones. They're just
I've been through some phones. I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know. I don't go through your phone. I don't go through your phone.
I don't go through everybody's phone, but if you give me a reason to think something weird, because that's the thing, I ain't gonna just, it's not my thought process off the dump, because I'm like, let me live in my world over here. I need my privacy world. You need your privacy world. But something like, if you do some suspect shit regarding the phone that make me go then it's a fight with myself for the next few months on. You want to go there?
The next few months?
The next few months?
I mean, I'm because I'm the type of person, I'm mark shit and I let it, like, I'm weird. It's like, what's the word I want? I clock shit. So I don't jump on everything I clock. I'll peep something out and I clock it, mark it, and I might let it play out for a few days or even a few weeks because I might be tripping. But let's say another thing pop up and it's like, oh, mark that too. Now it's a different course of action. I'm a lawyer type cat. I'm gonna build my case. So by the time I finally come to you, oh no, nigga, I got boom, 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 boom. I got this, and that. I mark this and like I got all this shit going on. You hear me? So no, I'm not gonna run to just jump through your phone at the slightest thing. But I've done it. I can't say I ain't never done it.
I have realized that curiosity does kill the cat.
Oh, it murders
and
slaughters that
like,
motherfucker.
Yes,
I'm on my 8th life. So I gotta be very careful. If I go through your phone, we had to be married and I had to feel like you're cheating. Because other than that, I don't want to know.
You gotta be a girlfriend type for me to give a damn that much. Because I ain't about to just be jumping through.
Real talk, I feel like it's going, I feel like your actions are starting to slowly change towards me and I'll peep that first before I even had to think about a phone. And from that, I'll just start coming from an assessment of like, all right, depending on what I'm going to do from the moment I peep her feeling like this, if I try to do something in a different direction that's going to make her feel happy and she doesn't feel happy about it, there's some other nigga around that she's happy around
But peep
with.
this out too.
Why is that the progression?
One, it don't have to be another nigga.
Yeah.
All right, put it like this. If it's not another nigga, she's cheating on me with some other figure that ain't me. But that's not a person, but some kind of idea of like of being away from me.
I want to throw this out here. I don't know.
Cheat somewhere.
Finish your thought, but I just want to throw this out here too. What if... Damn, I lost my thought. Continue. I lost my thought that fast. Because it's something he said that made me go, wait, but what about this? On top of everything he's saying.
I just think that there's some kind of some there that just like you just.
Oh no, I was about to say this. Half the time we don't even realize there's an issue until it's been in, like when you be like, oh, I see she had a problem with me. She been had a problem. Like, that bitch is, you caught it months later, nigga.
But all right, cool. I caught it months later. I still caught it. And let's address it out before the motherfucker was like 10 years later. You know what I'm saying? Look where I caught it at, baby. All right. And I acknowledge that.
I paid attention at some point to catch it.
Like, come on, now I don't know a problem if you didn't say nothing. You gave me a little one time.
Did she really not say something though?
Because it sounds like you see a little something and then it becomes a big something in Joe's head. Not necessarily in the relationship though.
Oh no, you're right. Because sometimes my mind goes very dramatic and I play out characters in my head of what possibly happens on a Hamlet tale.
But see, you are an artist. That makes sense, you know. So I get it.
I do think about the hardest deception. I'd be like, if I feel some kind of way, I'd be like, you're doing the most deceitful shit ever alive.
You know, it's always
You naive. I bite my thumb at you. You naive. This is literally how you just came at her. Like.
But see, once I smoke that blunt, then I'd be like, man, Joseph, you tripping. Chill out. And then I go talk to Martin and I'll be like, say, son. Because I come in and say something. I'll be like, yo, I feel like I'm sounding stupid right now. Tell me, you know, let me untangle my thoughts.
One thing I do love about our circle, like oftentimes there's a stereotype that men don't talk to each other and stuff, and we do, and we call each other on shit. It's not just like I'm gonna hear your side, some sound suspect. One of us is quick to be like, nah, nigga, you tripping on this part. Son.
And I don't hold nothing back with Martin. You know what I'm saying? Because I need the true honesty of like how wrong I was if any situation. So I'll go to Martin. I tell that boy some of the grimiest things I done said and done. And he'll tell me like, dog, you was right on this, but you shouldn't have said that, or you shouldn't have been like that, or think about it like this, and he'll break it down for me and I sit back, sometimes before the fire starts, sometimes after the fire starts. But either way it go, he helps me put the fire out.
That's really interesting. Like, I knew our husbands talked. I'm not really sure what about, because I purposefully don't like dig in their stuff. Right, that's their safe space. We have our safe space, they have their safe space.
That's necessary.
It's very necessary. Yes. But that's interesting that that's not really special to them. That a lot of guys have a group that they talk to. I guess the only real problems can come in is if everybody in your group is toxic in relationships and don't really see the problem.
Right.
Or if there's, you know, a rotten apple that's trying to spoil a bunch, because there could be that one guy that's like, I'm bachelor for life, doesn't realize y'all have transitioned, and I'm not saying y'all have, I don't know.
Yeah.
But transitioned into wanting something more substantive and...
See, the thing is, even if you're going to be bachelor for life, you got to be able to respect what your partners are committing to. Because even when I was single and most of my niggas had girlfriends, they'll come to me and they want advice. I'm like, so you want me to give you, like, the advice that you need to sustain your relationship?
Right.
Or do you want me to roll? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I got 2 sets of advice I can give you, but I need to be clear on which one I'm giving you, because I don't want to give you the rolling advice.
Right, and you trying to stay.
And you really trying to stay. And honestly, I think you trying to stay, so I'm not even, we going to go with this. The stay advice
the
first.
Good advice.
Cause I'll make the decision for you.
Right quick. Because I know you're mad right now.
Because sometimes, this thing is, you know, our brotherhood is so strong that we know each other so well. So it's not like, you know, he doesn't know how long that person's been with somebody. So he'll know, like, dog, you've been with this girl. He done seen us be with this person so long. So you know if we want to stay or not, you know. So the kind of decision he can already make. Because he'd be like, man, because he'd be like, with my I don't talk about her too often.
Here we go.
But with my child's mother, when I had a lot of problems, Martin knew I wanted to check out. You know what I'm saying? With another relationship I was with another girl, he knew I wanted to check in.
Right.
Even though he's talking that shit like he wanted to check out.
Yeah.
You like that girl, man. So you got, but that's the thing. I think that goes to character. Because whether you the bachelor type that want to have all these hoes, or if you the relationship type that's trying to make it work with this woman, either way it goes, your character shouldn't be to deter your fellow brother.
Nah, your brother's happy and he's got something great, you keep that going.
Absolutely.
You know?
But also, maybe your brother's able to see that this is toxic before you can.
Yes.
So you might still be trying to check in, and he's like, this is not a good space. Like, she's manipulating you, she's doing it, whatever, you know.
We've had those talks many times with many of our brothers, you know what I'm saying?
Whether they listen, I mean.
You got one brother in particular that we had to almost fight with to get out of his toxic situation. He's finally out of it. But it was one of those, like, dude, like, this is the most extreme of the toxicities to the max.
I tell you the other thing about us, about when it comes to at least the men I'm around with these guys, when they do give you advice, after that, it's on you.
Right.
Like, it's really, like, once you make a decision after that, and you decide to do whatever go away that's probably opposite of the advice, then it's like, all right, dog, you know, I gave you what it is, and whatever happens, like, we're just gonna move past it now, because, like, you know what it is.
Right.
And I always be open arms to come to you when you want to talk about it, but at the same time, like, you know, we had this discussion.
I think the thought process should be, I will neither nag nor judge.
Right. I'm not gonna hop on it, because we said what we said about it, and I'm not gonna give you a case when you decide to go another way about it.
I will neither nag nor judge.
That's so beautiful. I'm definitely judging. Whether I say it to you or not, in my head, I'm like, she's tripping.
Oh no, that happens in the head.
What is she doing? She still didn't leave him. Oh, like
No,
like
but
if that's what's going on.
To me,
in
that's
my
not
head.
a judgment. That's an opinion that you're having. A
Okay.
judgment to me is if you try to shit on her when she comes to you in her weakest moment.
Oh, I would never.
That's what I mean. Because some people will kick you when you're down.
but I
That
told
is
you
not
so.
your
That I told
friend,
you so.
though. That is not your
Not
friend.
at all.
I think that could be a tricky line because it could be your friend. They just taught wrong of how to be a friend. Because the thing is, in their mind, they truly think they're giving you
Okay,
the best advice. When in reality, they don't really know how to even give good advice, and they don't even know that. They don't know that. They think they are. You know what I'm saying? It's a tricky thing.
So maybe it's also a maturity thing because when I think about my close friends and the conversations we had about toxic relationships in say college, where it was like, "What are you doing? Stop being stupid." Whereas now, maturity on my part would be say my piece. Be as unbiased as possible and leave it up to them to make the decision. So it's a maturity thing.
It is.
Yeah.
I like the way you put it. Remain as unbiased as possible.
As possible.
Well, first of all, if you're my friend, my loyalty is gonna be to you in all the situations. I'll try to be as objective as I can, but like bottom line is, it's swayed towards you just a little bit more than it would be your guy or your girl. You know what I'm saying? So as possible, sure. But Joe, you said something I really wanted to get back on. You were like, they may not have been taught how to be a good friend. So there's a couple of things to that. Number one, you're suffering because of whatever they went through that damaged them. That's not fair to them or you. And number two, just because they weren't taught how to be a good friend doesn't mean they get a pass on not being a good friend. I'm telling you, like, people that behave like that are not your friends. And the literal amount of time y'all have been friends does not matter. What matters is how they showed up for you, how they helped you, how you helped them, because it should be mutual. You don't want to
synergy, man.
Exactly. You don't want to be a parasite. But there's, a lot of layers to that. And if that person is not being a good friend, then maybe you need to exit that relationship and a relationship you with. And sometimes going to them in those situations is how you find out, like,
Who your friends
exactly,
are.
like their fiber, So, I mean, just, you have a good circle.
Listen, let me stamp this in the butt right now. When it comes to picking friends, I am one of the best.
Yeah, it sounds like you are. Seriously.
I have a circle of niggas who are all idiots, but they're for the most part, they're the best idiots I've ever met. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause we all do some shit in different. Like, all of us damn near are artists. The people that I know that I've introduced to everybody that we all grouped in. So almost every friend that I have today, he knows them. He can tell you Deuce, Rod, Sean, Austin, Josh, Shag. Martin knows all of them.
Now pause. Is there anybody you didn't give a shout out to just now?
You
Because they're
just
gonna
want
be
a shout
mad.
out, right?
I don't
You-
give a fuck.
you
You know
want-
what I'm saying? See, because
That's specific.
Right.
Oh,
So
shit.
he didn't say your name. You ain't shit.
Right,
Like-
you ain't the real.
No, that was me. Not
I'm thinking about a couple that might. Okay.
Because that's what I'm saying. I could have said it more, but I didn't want to have a. We know too many people. So, like, I didn't want to flood the podcast with all the people we know. But anyway, that was saying
Oscar acceptance. Is
it's gonna,
that what you're preparing for? I get it. It's cool.
Epic gonna be a scroll.
Every day.
Like, hear ye. But no, man, I really think I picked a lot of great friends because we are all able to talk about it and a lot of things. After just being the best man at his wedding, that really showed that I have a good chance because they also picked some good friends around that I was able to meet. Like, the people I picked also picked good friends. Like, the people that I met that I'm one side have been great dudes. Some of them have been a little bit in their older time of my thought than others.
Because we older than you.
No, but if you know what I'm talking
Hey,
about, not by just by being older, but you know what I'm talking about, like they still a little bit backward thinking than forward thinking of what's going on in today's time.
Oh, see, that's a whole other discussion. But continue, because that's not even just a my friends thing. That's just as we all grow. You ever have some friends that like most of us went to college and stuff, but you might have some friends that didn't get that's still stuck in hood thoughts, even though that's your partners from back in the day. So it's like certain conversations that come up and they'd be like, man, that shit gay or whatever. And you'd be like, say, bro, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm always explaining the shit to them. But
they listen. That's one
I
thing.
have a
They
question.
listen.
Martin, you've known me a very long time.
Yeah.
Do I come across as a person that would have hood friends?
I don't know.
What?
put it like,
I was like, yeah, hood friend. Wait, I don't have any of those.
but peep it though.
You know what, you know?
If you weren't from
I'm-
New Orleans, like
First
being
of all,
from
my
New,
circle's tiny.
being from New Orleans, if you told me you had a hood friend, I still believe you, even with your persona, because of the way the city is set up.
That's true, but like my circle is
At least
my
your cousin,
circle's
right?
tiny.
You know what I mean? But even still, even some people we went to make man with. Like, I got some friends, like, that's like kind of just stuck in New Orleans thought. I mean, like just not New Orleans thought. I just want to say just that bubble. They might not be on social media all the time. They might not have grown with.
I call it stuck in time.
Yeah, and it's really only 2 of them that I know you specifically talking about, but that's my niggas. But it's like,
and I fucks with them the long way.
You hear me? But that's not even just because you got. So that's what I'm saying. You can't put that on age. You got to put that on when CJ was talking about maturity, but also just like people just grow differently.
I guess so.
People
but
have different experiences. I know me, like one of my partners particularly, he ain't get to be exposed to what I was exposed to. He just went from high school, he went to the workforce, and he just stayed in that bubble. And I always try to bring new information, being like whoop-de-whoop-de-woo, and he hear it. But if you just around in that bubble and you in that same type of people around you all the time, the same kind of thought around all the time, I'm not gonna judge you the same manner as a motherfucker I know. Say, bro, like you had higher education, you've been around this and that. I'm gonna judge it differently depending. In this context, it's case by case. But I don't know how we even got on that necessarily. You hear me?
Friends.
Yeah, cause there's so many levels to this shit, dog.
How many of us have them?
There's so many levels.
Friends.
But I would be fucked up if you ever caught me letting shit slide and me not trying to educate my niggas. You can't. We've had.
Nah, we gonna like the hot seat is always ready for you.
Dude, like
on some shit that you like. If you done some shit that's against the moral code of character that we have established that we are representing.
I ain't even say that deep. My nigga made that shit deep. But
like I'm just saying. Statement.
I'm just saying, like if it's a simple something that's like you saying some homophobic shit around me, and I know it, and I feel like that shit wrong. Now 10 years ago, I might have been kikiing with you, but I've learned since then. So I ain't gonna let you sit here and say that homophobic shit next to me, and I don't at least be like, say nah, da 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 da.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't control you when you ain't around me, but just know, don't talk that shit around me.
That's
you know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm not gonna cut these certain niggas off for who they may be around these people, as long as don't bring that shit around me, and we could keep it going, we can keep it flowing. Let's and then hopefully just by proxy of me putting that seed in your head about this topic, you might be changed, and now when you do it over there, you might catch yourself like, damn, that shit is kind of fucked up, or what have you. So
for the most part, we all keep an open ear, dog. Sometimes
that's what I just hope.
You know.
But let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing. So we even get into the episode now. The ladies with the rings and the things got to talk about all kinds of things. Damn it. So for sideB, man, we usually get into our segments that ETOUFEE of the day. Or we get into some things that's a little heavier than we had to get on side A, as well as that no, huh?
Bitch, I know you're lying.
Well, we talk about crazy shit that's going on in your world. That dose of NOLA'Murica, where we talk about all kind of fuckery that happens in our own city, and we ended off, with that hero highlight.
Well, we take the time to shine light on someone who's doing good in the world of pure D, fuckery.
Fuckery.
All types of fuckery.
All types of fuckery. But before that, we got to pull out that scroll.
Damn it, we never get the scroll.
We're going to get it off, We're going to get it. I think I got most of them, such as shouts out to the Your 30 podcast. The scroll is, where we shout out our podcast and such. The Your 30 podcast with the Arrogant Observer, L-Dub, and favorite host, Marty Edwards. You can also find Marty Edwards on the Reviewing Dat show with me on this feed. And you can catch the Arrogant Observer, a.k.a. the Black Actopedia, on the Acting While Black podcast. We just did like 3 or 4 of those back to back to back. So we got some heat, some content coming on that show. Also, the We'll Figure This Out podcast with Jay Skills, Kiki, and Lito the God. Congratulations, Lito the God recently just got married.
Word.
Yeah, all right. He's one of them niggas with
nice.
The ring.
And the things. All right, boy.
So, man. Also, the Misbelief Radio Show podcast hosted by DC Paul, featuring O'Shootin' Lilith, Malik the Historical Geek, Jay Steele, who's also reviewing that with me, and us. Do a 4 misses on the mic right here.
But you're gonna remember it.
Yeah, everybody. But still, go subscribe to the 4 Misses on the Mic podcast. Your last joint was it prenups?
Legal issues in relationships. So we talked about prenups, talked about baby mama drama, custody, wills, financial
divorce
things. Yes. Yeah. So it's a really good, informative episode.
Yo.
I'm about to check that one out for real.
I'm gonna say that.
That's the scariest part about marriage to me is the finances.
The finances scary.
Because the thing is, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Some people, when they leave, they want all your shit. And some people, they want to split shit. And I just hope I find somebody that when the moment comes...
comes.
I don't know.
I caught that too.
I'm like a plan B person. Like, I keep a plan B ready. because I just like, I don't know. I know I'm down for it. I just don't know how you feeling. So I just got to be prepared to see if you check out. But I'm always down. But
so on our episode, we talk about how a prenup will save you in that situation.
Right.
And also, if you listen like way back, like first couple episodes of 4 Misses, we did one on like separate and joint finances.
Yeah, I remember
you can
that
totally keep separate finances.
And all of y'all had a
Whole
different
marriage.
situation.
Yes.
That was interesting.
And our situations evolve with that. I don't think all of us are exactly how it was when we first got married still, with the finances.
Word.
Yeah.
Word.
yeah, things change, you know.
Finances ain't what scared me in marriage.
What scares you, Martin?
Marriage.
Don't be scared,
Can't even
Martin.
button my shirt all the way to the top without feeling nervous.
I don't know. It's like that whole forever. Anything that says forever kind of intimidates me. Like, damn, forever, forever. Okay, forever. And I already feel like, you know, my current relationships have been kind of like off the beaten path. So I know my marriage would be off the beaten path. But when you get into y'all saying that, like, absolutely, like, I ain't never seen a marriage where nobody ever cheated. I've never seen a marriage ever where nobody had ever stepped out. Like, someone has some kind of hidden secret somewhere that comes out decades later. You hear me? But I have never seen one ever. So I feel like either, I don't know. I got a lot of thoughts when it comes to what my marriage would probably look like.
So, 2 things. The idea of forever is daunting, but I have learned to just take it on a day-by-day basis. So, for me, I can't think about what's about to happen when I'm 65. It's literally what's happening today,
right now,
what we're doing tomorrow, and maybe the next week,
like getting a tattoo. It's like getting a tattoo then.
Right.
And you realize tattoos can go away and so can marriages.
I'm just saying when people often, she just made me think about when people say, don't get a tattoo because when you're 70, it's going to look bad. Motherfucker, but when I'm 20, 30, 40, that shit looking nice, so fuck that shit. Like, so that's exactly, like, I don't know, as soon as she said that, a whole thing clicked. I was like, whoa, she just made that easy, just you don't even realize it, but yeah.
And then the second thing is, I didn't realize until I got married how many people cheat in marriages, but they work through that. Like,
that's the thing too. Cheating isn't the end all be all for me because I've been cheating on relationships. I've cheated in relationships and we've gone through that shit. Cheating most times is about like the deception more so than the act. Right. So it's like that portion of it. I've been in open relationships. I've had all kind of different sorts of relationships. That's why it's like when it comes down, and then the side of it that scares me, not even just those physical things, but when they talk about the legal aspects, not necessarily just finances, but how much say the government has, just scares me too.
You mean like things like mandating you to jump through hoops before you can dissolve it, or
all kind of shit. And then once again, that gets into if you have problems, which is understandable. You ain't trying to go every day thinking about the problems.
Right.
You think you should be thinking about the optimistic side of we're the good times when we're working it out. It's just those are the things when you say marriage, that's what jumps out before anything else now. And I feel this way maybe even 5 years ago.
right.
It's just like recently. I think I watched some video on YouTube that fucked me up that said why you shouldn't get married. And they gave this long list of shit. And I was like, oh. And I didn't think about half of it. So I was like, they got my green ass, my impressionable ass. Because I'm already ready to like root against it or some shit like, because I'm already intimidated. So when you give me ammo, I'm like, yup, that's why I'm not getting married. Even though I know
science behind it now.
Well, I know it's biased as fuck though. That's why I'm not going, like, I'm not subscribing to it fully, but it's in my brain. I can't unsee or unhear it.
So why not do that same thing but in the opposite manner? Right. And
they didn't have the good ones.
You can
it's like the bad ones.
We're the good ones. There's plenty of us out there. Trust me.
BET don't show y'all like that.
So, but that is why we started the podcast in the first place.
Exactly.
Y'all couples the only ones.
There's
4 out of 4 million.
there's just a lot of stuff that, as a society, we don't talk about marriage, period.
And as a generation.
Good or bad, we just don't know. And so for us, even our parents didn't have these conversations with us.
Right.
So for us, we wanted to have the conversation with other people.
The thing is, too, we don't have the proper dating conversations before we even get to marriage.
So we do talk about that also because, I mean, you can't, well, I guess you could go from strangers to married, but I don't know how
Military
effective
people do it a
that
lot.
is. Okay.
Anomalies.
That's separate, you know. War does weird things to me. But that literally was it.
War does weird things to people.
You fucking right. Listen, we need to get married now. Alright? But this fucking bomb come tomorrow. Alright?
Okay, but you're laughing, but that happens.
That happens though, that's the truth.
Like sometimes you're not sure you're coming back, and that is why we should totally support our troops, but that's a whole nother thing. Anyways, notice I said troops, didn't say other aspects of the government. We're not going there. What?
I said fuck him.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm not even.
We gotta talk about him in a second.
Continue, my
man.
literal skin crawls. But anyways, I was
Yeah,
trying to say that we literally had a conversation that surrounded around our group seems to be special because we really don't know other groups of happily, that's important, married couples that, you know, are all there to like support each other and be what we call marriage accountability partners, like there to like build you up, help you work through things. They don't want you to break up. They understand because they're going through the same stuff.
Right.
So that was one of the main reasons. The other main reason was we were like, we know if these things aren't existing like this, that the conversations are not happening. And we're just going to breed another generation of people who don't enjoy or understand dating and marriage. Like, because we also talk about this. I hate to keep dropping the podcast.
Drop that bit.
We also talk about this in the podcast that you may not be happy all the time, but you should feel happiness very often in your relationship. Like joy should still be the main thing you feel when you are in the relationship, when you're thinking about the relationship, when you're with that person. So if that's not like at the basis of what you guys got going on, then certainly y'all need to be looking elsewhere. But I think people always want to paint marriage like, oh, you know, it's hard work. We didn't make it easy. We weathered some storms, blah, 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 all that stuff. And that's true, but that's also just life. But
True
if you look
right,
back
right.
on your marriage, all you can think about is all the stuff you suffered and not all of the celebrations and the joy and stuff, then I don't know that I consider that a marriage worth having.
Subscribe to the 4 Misses in the Mic podcast. We're technically still on the scroll. The Fuck With Your Herb podcast. The Mental Hand of God podcast. The Hip Hop Nerd podcast. The On the Lake. I wish shout out girls out. Shout out On the Lake podcast. The Sugars. Damn, see shit.
I listen to y'all. Like
Shit,
this is, I really do listen to y'all.
Appreciate that. Sugar Sass and Sarcasm podcast with our girl Kanae White, who married a man named Gray, and now she's Kanae Gray with her sisters. Ow. And the Home Video Hustle podcast, as well as the last one, the Living Millennial.
And a millennial kind of world. I'm glad I got my shout out to Billy Porter for being nominated as the first openly gay male in an Emmy.
Yes, indeed. Shouts out to Billy Porter.
I love Billy Porter.
I just started watching Pose.
You still gotta check out the fucking documentary, dog.
The one that y'all always be talking about.
Yeah,
what's it called again?
Paris is Burning.
Paris is Burning, yeah.
Watch that and Pose becomes 1,000 times better.
I understand, but it sounds so depressing.
I mean, it's not.
Everybody ever tell me to watch that documentary for the past few years. I've been getting told to watch this documentary. I will. But
have y'all seen it?
Nope.
Paris is Burning.
Paris is Burning.
That's the name
Paris
of
is
it.
Burning. It came
And
out
what
in
is
the
it
80s.
about? Give them the conversation
Alright,
to the people listening.
It came out in the 80s, and it was about the New York ballroom scene.
Okay.
About the underground ballroom and how like the houses were discovered and certain things like shading, reading, and everything in the gay culture that was invented in the underground scene, the black gay culture especially, from like drags to trans women and trans people, had evolved into what's pop culture today. And it's also during the AIDS epidemic during the 80s as well. So a lot of things is going on in that era. So that's why Pose is such a huge connection to it about AIDS, because 90% of everybody that was in that documentary had passed away from AIDS.
And that's the other part. A lot of death and a lot of them getting fucked over.
But it's a lot of great. It's a great documentary because it's a roller coaster, and there's some highs, some great highs that you watching. This like
Do we end on a high though?
Does it end on a high note? It all depends how you look at it. I think.
It sounds like it do.
To me, it ends on an educational note.
I feel like education's so depressing sometimes, but I feel you.
You know,
But I think,
too.
but it's like watching When They See Us. It's one of those required listening.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it's
watch.
good, dog. It's so good, dog. Like, I have friends. They're in the LGBT community, and they said they watch at least once a month because it's the Bible. But it's really good. It's really good.
Paris is burning.
And you watch
Paris is
that. If
burning.
you watch Pose, you watch.
And it's on
that
YouTube. I
documentary.
heard the whole thing's on YouTube.
Yep, you get YouTube. I watched it on Facebook.
It's on Facebook. Well, it's not surprising.
Everything's on.
Everything's on Facebook. But yeah, y'all, let's get into these festivities, man. We've been running it. We're gonna cut some shit out of the list, but it's cool. But let's get into that ETOUFEE of the day.
Brother got his first gun, he ready to murder. He out of control like a swole on bourbon. I don't even drink. If I see you, I ain't see you. Nah, I don't even blink. Nah, I don't even think that I'm here. But if I see you and I like you, I'ma smile. Is this really who I am? Huh? Then versus now. Life is too wild. This shit is out of hand. I'm just trying to live, but y'all don't give a damn. I'm just trying to be cool. I don't wanna lose my word, lose my mind, lose my spine, lose my shirt. But if you know me, then you know I go berserk. Then you know I go berserk. Then you know I go berserk. Head first, I'm just shutting.
First up on that ETOUFEE, y'all. First, what's up with the FaceApp thing with the Russians?
Man, look, fuck it, you hear me? I don't know who make any of these apps. I'm pretty sure the Russians made an app I'd have been used a long time ago. What's Tinder made from? I don't know.
I feel like
Everybody got spies. Who gives
the
a fuck?
moment that you got on Facebook or any of these apps
Apple.
or got a freaking
I feel like once you got an
smartphone,
Apple, yeah, as soon as you got a phone, dog.
you gave them your life.
So
Switch app.
this is the other thing too, though. If you're a person who is not sharing your entire life on any of these social media platforms, then none of this really affects you. But if you're the kind of person who every 5 minutes, I know what time you took a shower, put your clothes on, got in the car, went to work, then you might be a little worried about something like that.
Well, how you gotta be worried?
You always worry about one child, right? You weren't worried when you posted 30 seconds ago that you was running in the park.
Son, you probably got at least 4,000 people followers. They might not always
Right.
pay attention to you, but you potentially threw that information out to them 4,000 anyway.
I'm going live. I'm about to buy a bag of weed.
They could they could have easily told their Russian friends since we all happen to have them apparently.
I had a Russian friend.
Okay.
Say to all the Russians listening.
Right. Shouts out to y'all. So Joe, I gotta watch you now. You gonna give him all my information that he could have found out by just going on my Facebook page.
Well, I got some Korean friends too if you want to get
And dude, when you look at freaking Donald Trump, he like sucks Putin's dick. Like that's his people's.
Yeah, so I don't know why this is supposed to incite fear now, because last time I checked, the person y'all elected, he's in good with the Russians.
Boom.
I mean, he fucking
at any given time, he like, oh, you want some Facebook profiles? I got them bitches. How many you want?
I mean, he changed ballots. How can you not get a like?
Exactly.
So you worry about FaceApp? This motherfucker can change ballots.
Ballots, nigga.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can do that thing like mask off with like John Travolta.
Oh, face off,
Yeah.
you young
Yeah,
nigga.
face
He
off.
said mask off. I'm like the future song.
Listen, I'm fucking high as fuck. All right, that was face off. All right, I'm just
Travolta and Nick Cage.
Nick
man.
Cage, yeah.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage. That's one of his last great movies until he came down here and started fucking it up.
I won't say that was okay.
No,
I
because
don't-
National Treasure came out after that.
Yeah, he
Alright,
had
National
okay
Treasure
movies
first.
after that. Cause
The
dude,
second one was
you know how old
It
Face Off
it's
is?
beautiful.
Yeah, Face Off was. I
We
was
was like
a kid when I
9 or
saw that.
something. We were
Yeah.
children. Like whoa. He
I
had
know
movies
we
since
look the same age as you, but we're a little bit.
Hold on now here. I ain't no fucking diaper wearer. Alright. Y'all got me too young around here.
You just the
Alright.
90s baby is all.
I'm a 90s baby, but my spirit is
Look
so
how CJ looked at it. She gave her
I got nephews in the 90s. Like,
No,
early 90s though. I give him that. You early 90s dog.
I'm 91.
Yeah,
okay, so you were close.
you cusp. You close.
Yeah, you were
You know
close.
what I'm saying? January 91, the beginning of that motherfucker.
So I was almost in
Fresh
the
off a hot 90. Y'all remember 90? Y'all know what it was like. It was hot as hell out, alright? Streets ablaze, and I came in 91, fresh off that. I'm not DNA of that.
Can I just get back to what we were talking
Yes,
about?
yes.
Russia.
So with the FaceApp thing,
Russians.
I didn't do it. But the only reason I didn't do it was out of laziness. It's not because I'm scared of somebody. My whole thing is, okay, so we're afraid the Russians now have our pictures or whatever we put on social media in the first place. But what are they going to do with that information that negatively affects your life is the only thing I care about. And if you can't give me a real answer, then I really don't give a shit.
Exactly.
I mean,
They're gonna assassinate you.
she looks assassinatable.
You just have an assassinatable face, so I decided to shoot you. I decided to set up a whole sting operation to find you in your specific spot in Wisconsin and get you and kill you. Like, come on, guys.
Well, maybe what if they took your face as ID and they start making Russian IDs for spies and shit to be like Americans?
If they're spies, I ain't gonna have nothing to do with my life either.
But they use your ID now.
You ain't supposed to get caught. You a spy. So either you gonna die or not be seen.
What if they catch you thinking you the spy?
Nigga.
Okay, so there's spies overseas, but they're gonna come to New Orleans to catch you, not the spy
Overseas?
overseas.
No.
Where they already were.
They're not spies in Louisiana, Joe.
No, listen,
The enemies ain't here.
Listen, they get the ID and they come over here and spy. You dig?
What you mean? They gonna come over. They get
So
my
they
ID.
take-
They gonna come to New Orleans though. They
So
gonna
you think there's a Russian man that looks like Martin that's gonna take his picture on an American passport and come to the U.S. and spy? That's what your fear is?
That's not my fear, but I can see that being a situation.
Well, look at it this way. If a spy takes your identity and gets killed, you don't have to pay taxes anymore.
boom? And if
Okay,
he does
cool.
his job right, he never gonna get
So
caught.
what if he sees I'm alive and thinks, wait a minute, I didn't do the job right?
Well, I
And
think-
comes
Like,
in-
in the Matrix or something?
But I
Like, he
think-
knows he killed you.
And on top of that, I think
Does he?
the spy organizations should all know about each other technology. So if one spy kill another spy, he could possibly know that's not your face. You know what I mean? They probably know
Right.
we got some over here too. That's not your face. We have fake faces now. So they know who civilians are. We civilians. You hear me? And I didn't do the thing either, but someone did it for me, so they might have fucked over me. Cause I was talking shit. I was like, man, I ain't about to do that. Y'all creeping me out, man. Y'all killing me. And he was like, oh, Mark, you ain't safe. And then he put my face through it. Then the very next day, the information came out, and I'm like, oh damn, Paul. now you got me with the Russian spies. I didn't even do it my damn self.
But look on the bright side. If they got everybody, everybody's safe.
we
even better.
we all know y'all do it. We know y'all do it. It's like it's not a secret no more.
Yeah.
So we cool. We gotta understand it. It's not a secret. We have what they call that? It's y'all know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
I have no idea where you're
Consent.
Yeah, you consent.
Oh.
Okay. We gave consent as soon as we put that, check the little box. I read the
Yeah.
terms and conditions.
Yeah, like
Consent was
y'all right,
given.
y'all spied on us, cool. All right, but the app work, right? It's free, right?
It's good. And all these foreign relations, how y'all feel about the ASAP Rocky shit?
I feel like it's fucked up knowing the video we saw.
That's the only thing that changed my mind about it. But what y'all say?
I haven't seen the video. The
Yeah, I
one
haven't
about
seen
like
the
the
video
conditions
either, right.
over there.
No,
or
not the
something?
video conditions.
Oh.
I'm talking about the video that put him in jail.
Oh, the fight. Yes,
Yeah.
I have seen that.
The whole video is like, dog, this man tried his hardest.
To not fight. He was not trying to fight these Sweetens.
I don't understand why
These
he's in jail so
Swedes.
much longer for a fight.
I think they might be trying to make an example
Example.
out of him.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it is. Not.
Sweden, I have never known to make examples out of anything, no, except for like food. And that's like, all right, so let's get that.
Well,
marked
look,
on
they
there
try
right
to
now.
make their mark.
And so it's fucked up that you want to use ASAP Rocky, knowing that they have footage that shows him doing his best to avoid it. It's number one a statement against America, because I feel like we should have been came over there like, hold on, son.
He's in
What's
processing though, Joe.
Processing
That's,
my
that's
ass.
how they playing
We
it.
did- This Sweden,
he's
that's-
technically not in custody.
Yeah, he's not technically arrested or charged with anything. That video
But
does
he
not
in
come
jail though.
No, he's detained. That video does
in
not.
custody.
He's in custody. That video does not come into place until he's charged, and then you can talk your shit about the video. It's some
Man,
technicality.
Fuck that. You a
Yeah.
superstar. You should have diplomatic
America.
immunity or something.
Wait. We are not giving
Yeah.
ASAP Rocky diplomatic community.
I feel like you make
He
enough
did
money.
talk that shit though.
I mean, he
That's
talked
the
that shit.
that's the part
alright.
that a lot of people did say.
That's
Well,
why
he did.
I'm kind of like,
What was it? The Mike Brown one of the situations. He was like,
He
he don't
talk-
care about civil rights. He don't care about none of that. I'm in Cali. I'm
Yeah.
living my rich nigga life, fucking these white hoes. Basically, that's what he was on with.
I mean,
He was
listen,
like,
he's
Well,
an
maybe
idiot.
This is his wake up call.
That's
This
what
is
I'm
probably
hoping.
more for
I hope
him
so.
than it is.
To understand that you can be as green as you want to, but
Right.
you're still a nigga some places. Maybe not in Calabasas, but certainly in Sweden right now.
Certainly in
So,
Sweden.
you know, I mean, maybe you're not so far away from the people you basically tried to shit on.
Right.
Trump said you about to help him out.
Yep, Trump did
If
say
y'all
that.
can't see through that veiled attempt at pandering to his potential black voters, I hope he has zero.
Oh, no, he
But-
has
He
them.
got some stupid
I
ass
mean,
niggas
come
out there.
on.
And that's
Stupid
so
ass niggas.
sickening that he does. He has a black base. Not a lot, but they exist, and that's a problem.
Not as
on
big
its
as the
own.
Mexican base he has that I thought he didn't have.
Well,
Yeah,
a
that's
lot of
pretty
Hispanics
interesting,
go
too.
Republican, funny enough,
And they
just
also very
nature.
traditional, so they would side with conservatives.
Yeah, and they don't care who is the Republican most times. They just go with the conservative Republican situation oftentimes
But
in that
can we
community.
talk about how that ended up being Donald Trump in the first place ever? What's conservative about Donald Trump?
Nothing at all.
The hypocrisy
He's
that
in
our
his own
country
fucking
refuses to deal with, admit to, is just becoming more and more ridiculous the longer this term goes.
Pretty much.
This man is accused of freaking raping, statutory rape, pedophilia,
Molestation.
He's
assault.
reported describing the sexual assault he commits, though. Like, let's
Come
not forget
on.
that.
He's a philanderer. He cheats. Like, there's nothing about him that feels conservative or in line with any values of the Christian church that they claim to be so
But it's
supportive
true.
But
of.
guess what?
But his second, third wife?
Third or
wife?
fourth. He's
Something like that.
on
Let me tell you
his
something
third or
about Trump, though,
fourth.
dog. He represents what America really is instead of what America is supposed
Pretends
to be.
to be?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's what they voted for.
that's true. Oh,
He is a clear picture, dog. Loud, obnoxious, rude, big, white, straight,
Wrong.
wrong.
Don't want to
dirty,
admit it. You're like,
Full of hate.
liar,
and
Like, dog.
of all the things
Everything
you
that
want
built
to
this country here.
racist.
dude, and of all the things happening within Black America that you would want to come through and decide to give a fuck about, it's ASAP Rocky.
I expected
Sweet.
Kim.
Well-
I expected Kim Kardashian.
I mean, Snoop asked her.
Which I was kind of like,
Snoop was like,
she's being used elsewhere with people I feel like probably need more attention than ASAP Rocky. Like, let's just let her stay out of this one.
Yeah.
But if you look at what ASAP previously said on certain issues, it would be right in line with a Trump supporter. So I'm not surprised that this is the person he decided to come to defense of. I mean, Donald Trump didn't give a fuck about Flint. Donald Trump didn't want there to be marches and an uprising by the way they fucked over Mike Brown or Eric Garner. I can't remember which one it was that he said that about. I mean, it totally
Probably
falls
should've
in line
both
with
of
like
them.
his racist underbelly of a base. Like, this plays right to them.
But all I'm saying is, I know I agree with everything you just said. It's just, I'm saying the hypocrisy of they will claim that they do care about all these things that we know that they don't. And when he jumps through all the hoops of what you just said, ignore, matrix them, Flint, what,
Right.
Mike, da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
And I can see ASAP though, it just makes you go, bitch! You can see ASAP, but you could see all these others. And I know you're
for the
saying,
hood.
you're speaking from level of like, duh, nigga, that's who he is. Yeah, we know that. But he be claiming that he ain't that. And their Republicans claim that they ain't like that when we keep having all this evidence that
Boy,
you
Republicans
are. And it's even
white
worse
people gonna
when
enjoy that shit. Did you know he freed that rapper ASAP Rocky?
you
He
did.
does care about black people.
And what kills me is I would give you more leeway if you weren't paying attention to us. If you didn't know shit about black nothing, I'll be like, fuck you, but y'all not looking at us. Bitch, someone got in your ear about ASAP, which means I feel like every issue that we be yelling about be in your fucking ear.
It
And you
is.
decide. You
Not
make
to
the
deal.
decision to not deal with it. And that's what blows me when you try to ride the high horse as a party. As a party.
I'm still on splint of how the city itself isn't managing to get water, and it's a city.
Shouts out to Jaden.
Or the governor of the
Shouts out
Yes.
to Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith making that happen. You was about to say something?
Like, yeah, what's up?
So yeah, I was actually gonna ask a question, spiraling back to ASAP Rocky being in jail, but then like the statement that Sweden released about how basically black people shouldn't be afraid to visit the country.
I don't know about that.
It's hard to say when you watch the video that got him in jail. Dude, ASAP was trying his hardest to not have this fight. He did you watch the video like, say guys, we really don't want, they threw shit at these people. They were so they threw all the first licks. And ASAP and them all constantly on the video saying, we don't want to deal with this. Just walk that way, we'll walk this way.
How
And
bad they beat you though?
dude, they kept pushing it. So I don't know how you gonna tell me black people are welcome after those black people were doing something that most black people wouldn't. I was surprised that ASAP was trying to Because I know me. You do something at me, I would have been in jail.
Let me tell you something, son. This how. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, go ahead. What you
No, I was gonna say, but you know, just thinking about it, if I'm in a foreign country and I already know the problems I have as a black male in my own country.
Right.
And I'm in a foreign country, then I am gonna try to avoid confrontation at all costs.
Yeah.
You know, obviously it didn't work out that well for him, but I can understand why he was trying on the front end to avoid it.
And he's a celebrity.
Right. So this is my thing. If they did it to his rich ass,
he's still stronger than me.
If they did it to his rich ass, I just gonna imagine what they gonna do to my broke ass.
Easily.
You know what I'm saying? I'll get lost in the system.
Easily.
Who no gives a fuck about ASAP Joe? You know
what I'm saying? ASAP Joey.
ASAP Joe ain't getting Trump or nobody come for him. Maybe my mama, if she can get enough money to call.
Meaning this has happened before. Because they already been spoken about how, like, the conditions are and how it's just
y'all probably
understood.
locking niggas up all up in Sweden. We don't even know about it.
These motherfuckers make me want to not go nowhere. You see the Dominican Republic just killing people.
With their fake alcohol.
Is that what it is? It's something they drink. I know that. Like
everyone's having the same allergic reaction to something. Dude.
This is something very Spanish and sexy. Mojoros, rosas, tototos, pineapple, American, see you, good night.
Every American that go there say, that sound good, hi girl, that good day.
Girl, look at the Diablo. American Diablo, you want one?
Yeah. But like off the dump, people just dying. I'm afraid. I mean,
real talk. America sucks, and there are a lot of better places than America. But there's also a lot of super shittier places than America.
Let's go to Canada.
Canada's great.
Apparently, Canada is.
But Canada
they have racism in Canada.
Yeah, they do.
Too, though.
They do.
Yeah. Well, there's this racism. Period.
But nice my point is this: like you're saying, like this kind of stuff makes me scared to go anywhere. We live in New Orleans. I mean, we handle a lot.
Oh no, you're absolutely
so
right.
So it's like all that shit that you're afraid might happen somewhere else could really happen here.
Does happen here? Sweden. What about that nigga from South? So Duvet.
They got pulled over. Gretna is the #1 place in the country for arrest. That is an actual fact.
They got
the world, not the country, the world. Gretna, Louisiana, which is 15 minutes from here, is the #1 city in the world when it comes to arresting people.
But you know what's funny?
That is ridiculous.
You remember that 3-day rule they used to have back in the day? That if they couldn't solve the case, especially for murder in 3 days,
they had to release you. Yeah, no, they just leave you in processing.
But oh yeah, processing, quotation. But still, I would rather have that happen where I know shit than go out there and have it happen to me. Like I could drink my water here. I go to DR. I'm scared to drink their water.
Don't nobody speak my language. In New Orleans, OPD, I got a cousin in there.
Yeah, bro. Like I go to Sweden and these niggas picking fights. I'm trying to be the bigger man and walk like I'm Martin Luther King in the riots.
I can't do their language. How do you talk?
I don't know their accent. That's how foreign that is to me.
Sweden.
You don't want me to try that.
And I'm fighting. They throwing milkshakes at me and shit at me. They throwing stuff at the people. I'm just taking it. Man, no. But
I get one up the ass.
I understand what you're saying. I ain't saying people don't go travel. Just travel to spots that's not there.
I mean, real talk, but that's the thing. I'm from New Orleans. I travel like that anywhere I go, you hear me? I go to Sweden, bitch, I'm going to stand tall, all 10 toes down, because this is how I was raised in this bitch. I was raised in the jungle, so you can take me in any other jungle of the world, and I survive, because I know how to adapt.
I'm going to make sure I play this when they arrest you in Sweden.
Hey, look. I'm
going to play this exactly. All this how my dog felt about that.
When I get out that bitch, I'm going to say, son. This Sweden jail ain't nothing like New Orleans jail. But I held my own. You hear me? I was 10 toes down in that bitch.
I kept my ass tight.
What? nigga, that's soap never left it. That's where it stayed.
Wait.
Yo, I ain't never dropped the soap. You hear me?
But you kept it in your ass?
Because that was the only thing going in. Nothing else.
That would burn, Joe.
He said, I'm keeping that soap in that ass.
My virginity, a burn. Choices. That's all I'm asking y'all to pick. You know? I know what mine is.
Okay, moving on. Truck. He just recently told a bunch of black women to go back to where they came from. Now black, a bunch of women of color.
Yeah.
Women of color that's giving him the business right now.
I'm so proud.
The AOC is a freaking, like, she's a freaking, like, she's 3 letters. Like, they always say Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. They say, no, I'm going to get AOC on you.
Right.
AOC coming with you. Yo.
Did I vote? You can't vote for her.
Man, listen, I try to vote as much as I can because my ancestors always tell me to.
That's right. Good job. Good job.
That's nice.
But
The fact that he thought he could get away with that is just funny because, dude, you're the president. Like, I think he often forgets that.
I think the only thing that would have made it better is if his wife would have said, "Say it louder for those in the back." You know what I'm saying? Like, I should have said that. I'd be like, "Fucking right." That's what I'm talking about.
I mean,
throw it in
She
your
wouldn't
face.
say that because I truly believe she don't like his ass either.
No, I think she's a captive. I think
So-
she's in prison. ASAP, what's her name?
Melania.
ASAP Melania.
Free Melania, that's what they
Yeah,
say.
man.
But fuck her though. I'm gonna say fuck her though, because oftentimes people give her that leeway of she's a captive, and they build this
Trying
like
to survive, dog. I don't know, dog.
I don't like no because she still go ahead and say racist shit.
Trying to survive, dog.
But still, son, you saying that shit, you could nigga know if you
you
that.
want her to take a stand and went out and behind the camera she gonna get a backhand and hear from the president.
Hey, divorce it,
Nigga,
dog.
divorce,
I'm sorry.
nigga, that's the president.
Son,
You
I'm
can
not.
divorce the president?
You
Yes.
can, but
Son,
the pressure on
I'm not
on
about to
fucking-
give you. I'm not about to give
She's
you.
not even from here.
I'm not
Oh,
giving you
yeah,
stripes
back
to
to
be a
the-
week.
That also speaks to the incredible hypocrisy. Your wife is a whole immigrant.
Right.
Like, you wouldn't have her if the people before her acted like you are.
So the other thing that bothers me though is that you automatically look at people of color and assume
They're
they
not
came
from here.
Yeah.
When my shit can be traced back further than a whole fucking lot of white people.
I like that meme that just dropped when they say, "Go back to where you came from." Bitch, you my ride. What you talking about? You was my
I'm
ride.
real with you, we both found this shit together.
And this dude recently did a GoFundMe said to get white people. If you want me to go back to Africa, you gotta fund me to go then.
Exactly.
And he's got some money on the slick. That's trippy.
Real talk, son, when they
I
said
just I would definitely just take a trip. Like, I mean, I went, I fulfilled it, and I have 20,000 extra from racist America. Why don't we all do that?
So the other thing that bothers me is it has not been until recently that the answer to anybody having any issues with American policy has been leave. This is the first time I can ever remember it being, oh, you disagree with what I'm saying, you don't like what I'm saying, now all of a sudden it's un-American and you just leave.
Right.
Like, that's never been the solution.
And any
until-
other presidency,
No.
I can remember either.
But real talk, if that happened, the crumbling of this nation will happen so quick, dog.
If all immigrants left, or all people who
Like, if all immigrants left, this country's
Not-
done.
yeah,
But if
but-
all
all people of color left, what you trying to say about
like,
that?
dog, if all black people left, like that one piece out of this puzzle is gonna shatter this whole deck of cards, dog. It's gonna fall, cause like we are a pivotal point. We are the country, dog. We make everything from power culture to the money we spend. We are one of the biggest whales, and you take us out and send us back to anywhere else.
Wait, pause. No, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to just establish. Being black in America means that could never be said to us. I'm sorry.
Right. No,
Like,
you're right.
we're the lost children of history. We don't know what the fuck we connected
We're the
to.
children of Israel,
You know what I mean?
dog.
Because they had black people
not
here before Africans. They weren't just Native Americans. The Native Americans weren't just how we think of Native Americans as the Indians. They had actual Africans that came here
Right.
before any of that colonialism even came here.
Yeah,
we
man,
don't know
all this
what
shit.
we're connected to. So we're the most American. Besides the Native Americans, black Americans are the most American that there can be. So that don't even apply to us. I won't even take that question seriously because when they say to go back to Africa, how you know I'm from Africa?
Right.
I don't even know if I'm from Africa.
Right, that's real.
For real, I don't know what part I would be connected to, bitch. But you know you can find what part of France your great. So nigga, you go back where you came from.
Right.
You know where it's at. So
Right.
no, we will not take that question seriously ever again,
You
dog.
visit Italy once a year to go see Mamma Mia.
Stay there.
You know,
Stay there. Stay there. That's where your people been.
you do go to. Why you ain't helping out Greece, y'all Greek motherfuckers? Y'all over here, Greece and failed, and their economy. Y'all done went back and helped y'all home.
Greece and
Y'all all in
We'll
motherfuckers.
be big up in Zeus and shit, man. What's wrong with
What's
y'all
wrong with
Grecians?
you, man?
Hercules was that nigga. Anyway, Trump. But with your girl, one thing. What's her name, man?
Omar,
Yeah, she
Omar.
responded with a Maya Angelou poem, and
cause who bad?
Right.
There's a shade.
No, they are
with Maya
so
Angelou.
much better at this type of stuff than I ever would be.
come on, take it out my brain. Come on,
I mean-
you're going right where I was
I'm
about to
just
go.
saying, like, they're taking the highest of the,
The
high
whole.
road. They're in heaven with their high
Could I be
road.
hired to not do that for them?
So I want to just be like, okay, we know you're a great person. Let me handle this with
Ooh.
this. Like, I just want to go the fuck off on him and on anybody in this fucking country that thinks they can tell any fucking body go back where they came from. Because guess what, bitch? Start with yourself. Like, literally a country built on immigrants wants to pretend like, oh, well, Lord just dropped us out of the sky right here in Kansas.
And we run this. We're American.
Yeah, like we were here with the dinosaurs. Like, are you fucking
We were here with the dinosaurs.
I had my beer, had my dinosaur, and I rolled that bitch all the way through to America.
like how more hypocritical and ignorant can you be?
I'm gonna take my dinosaur to the ozone.
Gonna ride till I can't no more. Me and Triceratops, we riding on the Mastodon.
What?
I don't know, son. I don't get it, but I do get it, and it's stupid. You know what I mean? And the fact, like you said, like, I understand there's certain pundits that be like, I'm gonna handle you lightweight, dog. But I just really wish we had this one person. I guess Uncle Maxine is that person.
Auntie
that,
Maxine, yeah.
that really.
She is.
She'd be like, fuck
I
that.
live for her clapbacks.
Dude.
All right, so before we're on this topic, how do y'all feel about with the people like that don't want to be called Auntie in their age?
Well, then you just went left.
Because we said Auntie Maxine made me think about that because like I was like, should I call her Aunt Maxine?
She don't mind it.
Thank God.
Yeah, it was specifically Ava, Oprah, and
Gail.
And Gail.
Okay, so
And I was like, maybe not Ava, but Gail and Oprah, baby, y'all some aunties now.
Thank you. And literally, because I mean, Oprah, you didn't have kids, so like all they'll ever see you as is Auntie Oprah, or maybe Godmother Oprah, Nana Oprah, or something. They're not gonna see you as Mother Oprah or just
I think they're taking it as an ageist shot.
And it's not. It's
It's
ironically.
I feel like it's a graceful fucking
a
robe of transcendence of like,
right.
you know.
Because I mean, like you look up to your aunties. They're supposed to be these pillars within our community. You know, like mothers and like not just saying for women, but I just have to say this one thing. When this whole thing happened, I had just seen Crazy Rich Asians for the first time.
Yeah.
And you know how they refer, so, like they won't say like Mrs. Jones, they'll say like Auntie.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, see, it's like a sign of like reverence.
We
like,
say TD here.
Like right.
If
Like,
I say it's my TD, I ain't necessarily saying you an old lady. You just
Why?
You a mentor in my life.
When did auntie and old, you know what I'm saying? When
Right.
did they equate to each other? One. And
I just want to say, I've been an auntie since I was 9 years old. So.
and that's what I was about to say too. When I was younger, like the auntie was like the cool person.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
your mom
Too.
was real strict. You couldn't do whatever. But
But
you was
auntie,
going
yeah. Auntie was always for auntie.
Yeah, T was
Auntie
cool.
gave your first little joint. You ever
Yeah.
was old enough?
And on the flip side, I don't think like cats feel that way about Unc necessarily, because you know in the South specifically, like man, that's Unc right there, like
I don't teach about hard work.
you hear me? But I can't.
Cut that grass.
But even if we don't agree, you still gotta respect them people. Like no women don't be called auntie, I ain't gonna never call them
Right,
auntie
right.
because
Gotta
you
call
know
them what they want to be called.
what they want to be called. Dog. We just won't get it. That's all.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So Angela Bassett, I wouldn't call her auntie though. But
just because she fine?
No,
'Cause she is definitely auntie.
I don't think it's because she's fine. It's because I think that she gives me more of a mother Angela feel. Like
Either one.
I
Just
don't
because
know.
you're auntie don't mean you can't be a mama.
No, I ain't saying that. I'm just saying like, all right, like she played a lot of mama roles and a lot of things like that. Like her, and the way she just her vibe and her thing is like always in control. And after watching that in Black Panther, I just feel like she didn't transcend into mother. Like you know, like this is mother right here. This is something that's you know, we have auntie fun auntie, but this is divine mother.
So I feel
That's
where
like
you're
the-
coming from, but I wouldn't encourage you to walk up to her and say that.
I would not walk up.
That's
Mother
more.
Angela.
I feel like that's more of a
You should do
Felicia
that.
Rashad
Mama
thing
Angie.
for me.
I don't think you should say
Felicia
that.
Rashad feel like mom, like grandma, not grandma, but it's like just like.
Felicia
it's
Rashad has
Rashad.
transcended too many times. She has no name no more.
Yeah, she has no title.
No, she is just goddess Felicia
You
Rashad,
a guy.
mother of everything. I don't
Sister of
know.
fellow icon Debbie Allen.
Right. Those two are
Boom, boom. They the one to hit for real. And can we just bury Diamond and Silk? They trying to defend Trump.
Are they still
Need to
around?
bury
If Trump is racist and his words are in the dictionary, is the dictionary racist?
They might as well turn around the Thriller Michael Jackson face at the end. Like,
I just want to know how much they're being paid. That's honestly what I want to know.
they keep their lights on.
Like, I just want to know, is it enough to just totally coon out like this?
It is.
So
is
here's
it-
the other
is it
thing
pennies?
that frustrates me is the fact that we all know what's racist and what's not racist. But to try to twist things and make it seem like now we're exaggerating and
Right.
now we're making this bigger than what it is, and oh, well, that's not really racist. You know what is and isn't. Stop making it seem like we're exaggerating this and blowing it out of proportion when that's not the case.
Man, I think some of them don't know. I think for some of them, I think racism is so normal that when we be like, that's racist, they're like, no, that's just
John.
But that's how they be. So, like, for real. Like, there's certain shit that they really see as not racist. And even though millions of people saying, motherfucker, this is racist. No, it's never been racist. That's that new racism that you're making up.
New racism.
Well, no. That's not what racism has always been. That's not good, though. That's not the racism my grandma taught me.
Nah, we ain't hanging nobody.
So maybe that's what they see it as.
Nobody.
If it's not lynchings and like dogs being let loose, then it's not racist.
To a certain percentage of them, yes.
Segregation, then it's not racist.
To a certain percentage of them, because I'm still feeling like they are the ones like CJ saying, bitch, you know what it is. You just fronting. Like, it all exists.
So with Diamond and Silk, I think that not only do they know what that is, they're pandering to a very specific crowd. And they're pandering very well.
I think they're getting that money. Like
they are getting that money. It's from the wigs they buy. You can tell they're getting that money. Okay, they're getting that money. But the thing about it is that when it all comes down and you got to fall on the sword, because whether this man is elected for the next 4 years or is not, he's gonna have to get out of the office. What do you do then?
They gonna have their money saved. I don't know. They're gonna just ride. They ain't tripping.
There's no more Diamond and Silk after that. That money will go and they'll fade.
Well, they ain't caring though. They thinking about it like a tattoo, Joe. They saying right now.
That's the culture we live in anyway.
Right.
Right now.
The now culture.
Right.
So let me see. In the wake of President Trump telling 4 progressive congresswomen of color to go back to where they came from, a debate is erupting regarding the intent of Trump's words, with many of Trump's defenders saying he wasn't being racist. He was just critiquing the alleged anti-American sentiment of that squad. Diamond and Silk think accusations of racism against Trump are fake news, and they offered up some mind-bending logic to argue that point. On their official Twitter account this Wednesday, they retweeted a video showing House Speaker Nancy Pelosi saying that by definition, the words are racist, but he's not. What? If you look in the Associated Press and other places where they define certain words, that's what that is, Pelosi says. But we weren't saying that Trump was racist. We're saying that the words that he used were racist.
Now, this is what pissed me off. That the news article even put this up here, because this is the stupidest thing I ever read in my life.
It's not racist. We're saying racist words.
So the words we invented.
And what does that even mean?
And the fact that it has news press is pissing me off, because they read this and was like, oh yeah, what the fuck? I don't know. This is what make people stupid.
Nancy Pelosi said the words that the president used were racist, but those same words are in the dictionary. Does that mean the dictionary is now racist? Should all dictionaries be banned since Democrats are offended by words?
So we know that the way in which you use words gives them meaning.
Right.
So if I just use the word white, or if I just use the word black, that means nothing. I can say white, black right now and it means nothing. Once I put it into context and give it meaning, then you can clearly say she's being racist or she's not being racist. He's being racist or he's not being racist.
Right.
So this argument is ridiculous to me.
Like, it makes your brain fuzzy, right? It's like, this is like, I feel I'm getting stupider.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
But they have official people getting in front of our nation and using this defense. That's where we are in 2019.
Like,
because we're joking.
The thing that really bothers me is I feel like they want us to focus on the language and not the action, because if we focus on the action, it will prove how racist he is, not whether or not he is a racist. I don't believe Donald Trump was raised in a society where that was even an issue for him. He just kind of was like everybody else, and since we know he's weak-minded and stupid, that's not too far-fetched. But what I do believe is, as the President of the United States, you are at the helm of systems in this country that literally are the systems that build racism in America towards people of color. How can you be complicit in these systems continuing or even going further, but then turn around and hide your hand and say, but I'm not racist? Like, you're literally like the grand wizard
of the Republican Party.
Right. Man. And we're talking about a party that thinks it's okay to harass children at a birthday party with Confederate flags and racial slurs. Thinks it's okay to walk up to black people in Walmart parking lots and verbally assault them, threaten them, physically assault them, call the police on them for simply existing. Like, it's not doing anything while black. It's just existing. It stopped being driving while black or walking while black. It's literally being alive while black can get the police called on you. How can you literally be at the helm of this and say, but I'm not these things? That kills me.
Here's the other part of the problem. When your circle around you is not holding you accountable, it's easy for you to say what you're not. So that's just like the conversation we had in the beginning about having friends that hold you accountable. If your friends are lying to you, then you don't have anybody saying you are being racist or the things you're saying are out of pocket. If everybody's like, oh, no, that was fine.
Right.
What?
You're in the bubble.
But we know he created that echo chamber on purpose because we've had reports of people who've been fired from their positions that are like, yeah, you say anything he don't like, you're out.
I mean, that's out the dump. That's what I was saying. Like, his whole circle, if they don't think the way he think, they definitely kowtow into it.
I feel like there's this hit. I feel like there's this wink that I'm not generalizing all white people, but in his realm of they're okay with racism and they're all cool with pretending to not be okay with racism. You know what I mean? So it's like when he does something racist, it doesn't really offend that side anyway. But they want to all feign offense because it looks good in public to feign offense, play the game, and then still support him because it didn't affect them anyway. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what keeps him empowered because it's that, haha, you're mad. And the next day they just keep it pushing because at the end of the day, Amazon and businesses like them pay no taxes this year. You know what I mean? He's right. Like the people that's wealthy and white, dog, they're not affected by racism. They just making sure that he signs the right bills that affects where they are, and that keeps his thing. Keeps it pushing.
You want,
just make sure I get more money this year than I got with the black. And it's like, yo, that's happening in front of our face. So he gets to make this media frenzy. They probably joke about it because that's entertaining to them. If anything, to rich white people that are on that side, not the ones that might be allies, the ones on that side, this is a reality show. And they just watch it for entertainment, get their monies, and dap him off from behind the scenes.
I legit read a comment that said, yes, he's all of these things you're accusing him of being, but my tax bill was $2,000 less this year, and my husband is making this much more with his businesses.
Boom.
So I'm literally going to turn a blind eye and let it keep going.
Because we at times lead with the fact of expecting everyone to have empathy.
That's true.
And they don't. There's a lot of people that just don't give a fuck, and it's
honestly,
unfortunate.
Do we blame Donald Trump for behaving the way he behaves when you look at what he's gotten away with?
No, we blame everybody. It's like the R. Kelly situation.
Right, exactly.
The people that got R. Kelly also need to go to jail.
The person that I blame probably kind of at the bottom for his own behavior, because your whole life, not just this presidency, your whole life, nobody has told you don't do that shit. That's wrong.
Because the system was built for him.
It absolutely was. And it's those same systems that he's in charge of right now that he's perpetuating that.
If anybody that use capitalism to the highest part, is Donald Trump. And he capitalizes his way from every finance and every business all the way into right now to the presidency. It wasn't about fucking politics. It wasn't about none of that. It was about a hustle game, dog.
Yeah, he didn't expect to be president, dude.
Yeah, the whole was supposed to bolster his brand.
He had another season of The Apprentice planned.
Right.
And he had to cancel it because he became president. So that lets us know what he was really on. And when he ain't president no more, oh my God. He's about to make so much money when he get out that White House.
He's going to make all the money he claims he has but doesn't.
Boom. That's crazy.
That's the plan, people. By the time we get them tax returns, it'll actually be what he has. It's just not what he has right now.
And he's just going to cash in on all the bills that he passed for the rich. When he get out, it's going to all come back to him.
See, that's the thing right now. That's about being an all-time hustler. You convince enough people that you can shake enough hands and get them what they need, they're going to put you in and get them what they need. And that's all you got to do. Now you got to pay the front man. They fronted him the presidency. Now he got to pay off on the back end. He pay off on the back end. He in good graces. He can go do whatever he want when he step out of there. This is a hustle. I know a hustler on the street when I see one.
Yeah, he had never ever go to the street, but he's definitely a hustler. On the other complete opposite end of the spectrum, Cats, that creepy ass trailer drop.
I thought the trailer was cool.
Them niggas look creepy, and the filmmakers are being accused of
So,
whitewashing the Kenyan-born actress Francesca Hayward, and because she's a white cat, she's a black girl.
Number one. If you ever seen Cats to play, that shit is weird enough as it is. So like it's very scary of looking up that shit. So looking at the movie, I thought it was like it looks less weird than the motherfucking plague. These motherfuckers be all in your face and shit.
It's still creepy.
Like of all the Broadway shows, why Cats?
I don't know.
Everybody wanted to pat themselves on the back apparently because look at that cast.
The cast is a lot of heavy hitters, and when
the choreography is amazing. Did you see the trailer?
But the trailer is creepy, and the creepiest of all is Jennifer Hudson. Something about looking at her when she's like singing as the cat.
Floating face or something. It's weird. Now, how do y'all feel about this whitewashing thing?
So first off, I didn't know she was Kenyan born, so the whitewashing worked on me.
I'm just feeling like I don't. Okay,
it's a cat, dog. I ain't about to look at a fucking cat.
Bro, I often say.
Do cats have races? Do mermaids have races?
Bro.
That's what I was going to say. Did they want her to be a black cat?
Black cat lives matter, though.
Black cat.
Be like a beige cat, you know?
Technically, if you look at her, she could have been like a light brown.
Auburn cat.
Gray cat.
Oh, dude.
A tabby, an orange, something that like there's no racial equivalent.
They're
to.
freaking cats, man.
That's all I get.
Like I just hate when we use our power for silly shit.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? That's what this gets me at. Because oftentimes I say, okay, I don't want to yuck nobody yum. I don't want to ever tell anybody if they feel like standing up for something, especially if you black, because they owe us so much. If you want to be black and say some shit, hey. Like you said, existing while black, we already get phone calls for dumbass reasons. If you want to stand for a dumbass cause, more power to you. But just my own opinion and not necessarily a judgment, but my opinion at times, I'm like, is that the one we want to get on the press for?
Yeah. Is that the hill you want to die on?
That's the
yeah.
Is that
we y'all whitewashing cats?
Like one of the actors, because there's like other black actors in
right.
it.
Blue washing Jennifer
are dark cats.
Now Jennifer Hudson, she's purple and blue.
Is she purple? Like,
but she's not white.
Well, she also got some black stripes. Fuck.
What color is Idris?
He's a black color.
I don't know. Idris was dope, though. I don't know about how y'all felt about Idris.
Oh no, I
thought he was cool.
You had a furry moment. She had a furry moment.
That's gonna make my husband get me in trouble. Listen, Idris is all right with me. That's all I'm gonna say.
Cats.
My summer with Idris is gonna be with Hobbs and Shaw when he's Black Superman. I'm not gonna see that creepy looking movie. But
I'm gonna check it out, dog, because the choreography look amazing. Good. The songs look dope. Cool. And Idris Elba look like he's gonna be a cool ass cat villain. Yeah. So I'm gonna check it out.
That's amazing, dog.
I'll tell you about it if it's you know. I might see that bitch in 3D, make it extra weird.
Won't watch it.
No.
I won't watch it.
Get super high. Might even do a little shroom.
Ooh. Shouts out to them people who did y'all hear about Eric Garner supporters were gathering outside the home of the cop who killed him?
All right, that's dangerous.
No. Yes, this happened. An estimated 100 protesters tried to approach the Staten Island home of Daniel Pantaleo Wednesday night, but they were cut off by NYPD officers.
Dozens.
A few neighborhoods shouted through their doorways at the demonstrators, but the Pantaleo never emerged from his home. The mother of Eric Garner's youngest child cursed out police outside the precinct, and a whole bunch of stuff happened. They was even saying that one quote that that stood out in the story. Somebody said, he needs to be scared everywhere that he goes. We will find you, Pantaleo. They outside this man's house yelling that shit. And I'm like, you know what? We could do that to Zimmerman. We could do that to more people. I'm kind of with this on some shit.
I'm with it, but it makes me so scared.
Yeah.
For them. Not for him.
Right?
Yes,
for
that
them.
is literally... I don't know if it's the black woman in me or the mama in me, but I was just thinking, oh my God, that's so dangerous. And you're giving them an excuse to harm another.
A ton of y'all.
You're right.
Extermination.
Right. You know, they can easily say it was a mob, this was a safety issue, and that is why you got shot. Like, that freaks me out.
But
we got you on the front end and we getting you on the back.
Exactly.
But you do. But I just, and you're absolutely right. It's just, I just so understand the frustration of seeing nothing happen to these people. Nothing at all.
War.
A lot of them get their jobs back. They get hired other places and doing
clean records too,
clean like nothing happened, and these kids are dead, and it's like these people are dead.
In certain situations,
and it's just like, yo, I would love a little harassment, but I understand the other side of it.
In certain situations, war, you can't have war without casualties, but it's the thing is like, why can't we? Because it always seems like we gotta have to fight a protest where it comes down to some kind of revolution where shit's gonna have to go down like that. And I'm always thinking like, is there what other way can we do this? Because it's like,
if we had people in power to ensure that he don't get hired nowhere else, that'll be cool. But we don't. And that blue fucking side, even the black people will be riding.
You can't even count on black cops in power to Like that guy in Dallas. Ooh.
Oh, that he always make the news. The bald head cat. He always talking shit, man. You know, we used to always talk about his coon ass. That coon ass cop, man, with the mustache.
Oh yeah.
He's the most coonest of all.
Yeah, super coon.
Super coon, man.
Yeah.
Agent coon.
Yeah.
Officer. Like either way it go, but like yeah.
ASAP coon.
ASAP coon. But like yeah, we would need people in power to ensure things happening. But you, like Bree said, you can't. How can you know who's gonna keep it 100? That's
it.
And that's what I'm saying. So that's what leads to the frustration of you want to go to these niggas' houses, even though that's not the answer.
Right.
But it's still, I get why you did it. You feel me? I get why niggas sometimes
the
Zimmerman
system
get
keeps
punched in
failing
the
us.
face.
So has this never happened before?
I've never heard of it. I'm not saying we'll never know if it's ever happened before.
Maybe this is for something it got
This is
pressed,
just
but
new.
it
This is
happened.
new for me ever hearing because I like when I read the stars, like wow, I'm surprised that people have not gone to Darren Wilson's house,
Right.
George Zimmerman's house,
Right.
whomever's house once they go public. I'm surprised, so I don't know.
That's that culture, dog. Some about that New York shit, you know. That's one thing about New York and California. I notice on some things, dog. When it comes down to like not giving a fuck about the police, New York people, you know, it's as bad out there, but they shoot at their police. You know what I'm saying? In California, especially like in the South Side, even when I was out there in the Bay Area, dog, the way they would treat police was like ridiculous. I remember we were chilling on a block in San Francisco, and a fucking guy walked by, looked like a narc, and the fucking dude would yell in his face, "You fucking narc, we see you, get the fuck from moving around here." I was like, oh my god, y'all talking to this man like this?
But that's a reaction of freaking years and years of
Harassment.
harassment
Yeah.
and
But,
fuck shit
but
from
the
those
thing,
cops.
the thing is, we've been having the same years of harassment and shit as well, but in the South, it just, I don't know. In New Orleans, I think we're a little bit more revolutionary to a lot of terms. But a lot of places I've been to, like in Mississippi, them motherfuckers are sometimes a church mouse. So I remember
culture,
one time
man.
my mama got...
You said Mississippi. Think about that history in Mississippi from
no,
white men.
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
that's why I was like
of
looking
power.
at like New York and California, like dog.
East, the best, the north, and the south. You know what I mean? That's
saying?
a different sensibility.
So I'm not surprised that like you said now that Zimmerman or not the other places like that's the South, that's in Florida. But in New York, motherfucker kill somebody like Arizona, New York. I'm not surprised them boys gonna ride up like that. Like if somebody got killed like Nipsey Hussle, that shit could have went in any kind of way in that moment.
And I'm just standing by, even
I
in
feel
New
like
York,
that.
I'm surprised there aren't more of that happening, like just
Right.
more press going to things like that. Because there's other people on the East Coast that have gotten got and I haven't heard these kind of stories necessarily. And that's all I'm saying. I'm surprised that it's not more, wherever it is.
Maybe they stacked up like you do and put the cards and said, fuck it, Arizona was the icing on the cake.
Maybe, who knows?
Possible.
Maybe.
Right.
Because maybe that might start a trend. All these dumbass trends that do get started, you never know.
But I do feel like, regardless of like the cop should see it like this, regardless of what happened and what I did and what I didn't do, a life was lost and I should suffer a consequence. Like
Yeah.
to me, if you have any kind of moral compass, you can't reconcile killing a person that was not a threat to you and just living the rest of your life with happy days.
There we go, expecting that empathy.
I would say you can if you've seen it time and time again.
No,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah.
There's damn near like a
You're
support
right.
circle now of
Yeah.
cops who have killed innocent black men and gotten off.
The fact that Blue Lives Matter is actually a thing, this is a spit in the face of anyone that's ever been screwed over by cops.
Yeah.
Like that even being passed, like, cause it only came about because y'all was scared for cops' lives out of reaction to people being afraid for their lives from cops.
Right.
Like, wow, and y'all made it an act. It's an act in Louisiana.
That's all I mean.
That's
Like,
deep.
We were the smart state that did that.
Yeah, it was us. It was us, man.
That's what I mean that a cop can be nervous and feel threatened and pull a gun, but I have to remain calm while the gun's in my face.
Right, and they're trained and we're not.
Yeah,
This is-
and I'm just untrained.
Okay, as an avid gun carrier, okay, I recognize I have a Second Amendment right to do so in the United States of America, of which I am a legally born citizen. So if I or anyone else wanted to get a position in law enforcement, shouldn't I be used to and okay with the idea that I may approach a citizen that is armed and that is their right and it should not be a threat to me?
A bunch of shoulds happen, and I agree with
Right.
every should.
I'm
you
shooting
said.
all over it.
No. I agree with every should you say, but the fact that you saying should lets us know that I don't mean it is.
And it's not how it is, and I don't understand that
Yeah,
part.
man. Especially when you get into training. What's up?
I think the other thing we're forgetting is a lot of these agencies are taking just normal people off the street and not giving them the adequate training. And so all of those shoulds that should be in place, these things that they should be trained to deal with, they're not. So they're reacting as any normal
citizen
would.
would.
Human would react when confronted with this situation because they themselves don't have the adequate training.
Because I was told by a cop, a retired officer, and he was saying that New Orleans has gotten better about this, but there was a point in time where, and it's still to a degree, that there's a deficit in people, want to be cops.
Right.
So at times, bad seeds just passed through because we was just desperate to get somebody these goddamn off of these uniforms. And next thing you know, that's what you're working with. And it's unfortunate as hell, but
well, cops had a bad reputation since the day they was created. Picking niggas up in a wagon.
So that just doesn't help. I'm glad you brought up that racist couple that got time, right? The ones that came with the freaking Confederate flags at the black kids party. Like,
really?
What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
But they just came up to the party and was like, "We got these flags here. We want to let you know."
No, if it had been that, there honestly wouldn't have been anything anybody could do. They were literally like threatening and menacing the people at the party and the children, and
And they got 19 years apiece, and they crying about it, and I'm like, fuck y'all.
Damn, 19 years? That's crazy.
Fuck y'all.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a lot of jail.
Well, get it, man. Y'all
like,
good.
Like, I think
about time.
I was like,
they white, man.
I mean,
screw
listen. I definitely with you on saying screw that. I'm just like, man, that fucking book, boy, that bitch will hit you. 19 years for saying some racist shit. Like, goddamn.
I really hope that thought goes through somebody's head before they start acting like some of these people are acting. Maybe they'll stop before they get there.
Years, man.
They attack black kids party, man. I don't care. They attacking black kids at a party, son. We go. You know how many niggas is in jail for stupid reasons?
That nigga said all of them should be let out on that book shit, dog. That book is crazy, son.
So I'm sorry. So that karma come back round. No tears shed.
No tears shed for them.
No tears shed for them. Not one. Not a piece of one.
Dog.
You know what? That's going out on a high note. Them white people got 36 years for harassing black kids. That was that ETOUFEE of the day. I mean, how we don't never get wins. You mad about our wins?
I'm not
that
mad
was
about
a win, nigga.
No, I'm just like, dog, that book.
What?
That book is the son. Who the Lord of 19 years, Lord? You gotta watch what you say. Goddamn, dog.
Look at the word they use.
So that's
they terrorized them.
Did.
Look at y'all, I'll cry too! My nigga, that's 19 years, though. You would never say a racist word again.
You better not.
Dog, you better not. You gonna at least do 10 on good behavior, dog.
You better not.
You better be the best, boy. You better bow to niggas in that motherfucker.
Better nigga. Jose Torres and his girlfriend Kayla Norton. Shouts out. Gon' respect them. Man, fuck y'all, man. I'm so happy that y'all.
Wait, let me see them in tears. I want to see them cry.
Oh, now you want to see him cry.
I mean, you gotta watch them cry, dog. Ain't nothing better than watching white people that fucked up cry. Look at him. He's on his head. Look at him.
Couple sentenced for racial threats on CNN.
Man, that's that hard cry.
A Georgia couple was sentenced after riding with a Confederate flag waving group in July 2015.
Oh, you bought back that
The group made armed threats against African Americans at a child's birthday party. Jose Torres pointed his shotgun at partygoers.
Oh!
He and Kayla Norton were throwing obscenities. Before sentencing, Norton... Oh, not now you're with it.
So, that's not what the camera said.
I would never walk up to you and say those words to you.
He rolled to me and said it.
Right.
Sorry that happened to you.
That happened?
Not that you did it though, bitch.
I'm so sorry.
A woman...
And you staying affected my life. And affected my children's lives. I forgive all of you. I'm not a mean spirit person.
Isn't he like an actor?
I do. I forgive you.
Torres says the 13 years, Norton's the 6, so it's a combined 19. So she got 6, he got 13 because he put that gun in their face.
Say something. The nigga with the 13 should have probably got like 15.
Oh, now it gets more.
Now
Thank
you're on
you.
the other side.
Yes.
Because now the law makes sense now. You know, see, they making 19 years apiece. That shit didn't make sense. I was saying, fuck you niggas. Right around, I hate you niggers. 19 years for that. I said that earlier this morning to the man, give me coffee. What the fuck you talking about? What do you think? They said, what? 19 years?
Yes, nigga.
Judge, you know me. I play golf with your son. What you talking about? You
That's not the golf playing type of white
That's regular.
Nah.
That white girl said, "I'm sorry that happened to you." Like, bitch, you said it. What you mean that happened to me?
I would never say that.
Like, I tripped, fell, and landed on a nigger. I got called a nigger. I don't know what happened. It just happened to
That's
happen.
the frustrating thing about it. In the moment, you thought that was the best thing since sliced bread.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Calling them kids niggers.
Now here we are, and you still can't admit you were wrong. You still can't admit you did it. You just apologize.
We got you on camera. You saw the camera. We pulled it out and rolled it on VHS.
Right.
That is what I say, whiteness. Not white people. Whiteness 101.
But check this out, dog. I'm so happy about the case now. I wish the 13 got 50. I wish you'd have got the 19 years. Because I'm like, dog, once you put out that shotgun, bitch, you're threatening these fucking kids' lives in the ultimate way.
She a strong mama, whomever that was, that said, I forgive you. Because if you pulled a gun on my kid at they party,
dog, they look at the
Highroads.
The Highroads.
The ladder.
Dog.
Let me say this.
Black people
bus
always get taught that bullshit.
Now it's a shootout, bitch. You got a gun out. It's going down.
What's up, CJ?
Hope no kids in
It's
your
a
car.
lot easier to say I forgive you when you're standing in a courtroom where justice has been served.
True that.
That's true.
True that.
So it's a lot easier for her to stand there and say that as opposed to watching them walk out free.
Yeah, but
real.
regardless, I'm still gonna go up in there and be like, and fuck you, and I hope you hate every day.
I stand with Bree. But I understand that. You real,
listen,
CJ. You real. That was real.
Once that judge dropped that
Well,
gavel,
I'm petty. Like, I'm going to hold that grudge a little bit.
I'm going to forgive you. I'm like, once he hit 13, brother, I forgive you. Because now you got 13 years. And that time won't forgive you, boy.
Neither will that.
Listen, I'll tell my child, listen, don't even worry about that, child. Don't worry about none of that. We took the high road. The government got us this time.
This time.
Don't trust it to happen always now.
It won't. But let's.
Because, as a book.
What you about to say about that? What's that?
So you said it won't, and there's a book I want you to read by Dr. Seuss called All the Places You'll Go.
Oh, I love
You
that
keep bringing
book.
this book up, son.
It's older places you'll go, but that's okay.
I'm so high, and I read it just one time. But it's like, because there's a point where he's a high road, but then there's times when you don't, because sometimes you won't. And like, that reminds me of this right here. It's like, this is, sometimes you can be racist, and you can take and ride around and be free. But there's times that you don't, because sometimes you won't.
You get 19 years.
You get 19
Dude,
years.
the audacity that thinks that you can even do this is baffling to me, if anything.
I mean, he really surprised he's going
Like,
to jail for it. He's like,
even because one thing I do notice is even the most racist people like to paint themselves as good people half the time. So if you're trying to paint yourself as a good person, even if you're racist, I think there should be some common sense part in your brain that goes, I shouldn't roll up in this party and pull out a gun on children. You have something wrong in your brain. This is beyond your racism. This is some other shit.
Right.
And this, I can't fuck with it. You know what I mean? If you would have got more years, I'd have been happy for it.
But you know what else?
And you fucking him, so you should get more. 6 years ain't enough for you. Y'all should get equal. You putting that racist dick in you and you making him feel like a man, well, both y'all should get that 19.
See what dick will do you?
You heard me?
No, right? Dick get you 19 years now. I was just riding this racist dick to survive. Now I get 19 years.
No, but seriously, you have to look at how many points throughout the day this whole thing could have just not happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, multiple of
Yeah.
y'all got in different vehicles.
Dress y'all cars up to the max.
Then, nobody stopped it there. Then y'all rolled over to that side of town.
Bruh.
Nobody stopped it there. Then you were like, ooh, a child's party.
Bruh.
That's where we'll go. Nobody stopped y'all there. Did somebody get out on a walkie-talkie like, hey, we're going to throw a couple niggers at them, jigaboos, and some tar babies, and we're going to roll out? Or was this just y'all had one symbiotic thought?
Bruh.
Nobody stopped it there.
Nobody put
Then-
the window lock on, so they
Right.
couldn't roll the window
Then
down.
Billy Bob decides to get the shotgun and point it at someone. Nobody stops him there. It's so many times.
They obviously do this every weekend.
Right,
This
and
is a
that
thing
is
for them.
why I'm thrilled over the 19.
Yes, this is a thing for them. They probably have to even do all that planning. They probably just was doing a regular ride from Golden Corral. They probably looked all like there's a party. They gave each other all that same look. Y'all know the look of the nine. Everybody do some racist shit, y'all. And then just as soon as Billy Bob and the front made that turn, they all made the turn. They already knew what it was. Like, we know we gonna do him.
But thank God for digital age we live in where we can have cameras to record this shit.
Yes.
Because if that wouldn't have been on video, the story the cops got told from them would have been very different.
Come now. Come the fuck now.
That's what also gives us the high road, that video, dog.
I just wish-
that gives a better fighting case these days than it did in Rodney King's.
I just wish they stopped riding around with a flag that ain't ours. If you want to really be Americans, do your shit with the American flag.
It's all.
You know what I mean? If you want to talk that, y'all off the precipice that y'all started on with this Confederate flag already make you un-American, so we should be riding on y'all. The fact that so many of us accept them as of us, but they flying another flag shows that back to the hypocrisy within the racism of the situation.
You're a failed rebellion, Iron Island.
Yeah, the Iron Islands.
Alright, you're a failed rebellion. Let it go.
Anyway, let's get to the dose of NOLA'Murica.
We got to stop fighting. Your brother cannot be your enemy. We used to hang from trees, and now we're who they all want to be. But we're star proceeds. We're still living, trying to make the ends meet. Our bloods are kings and queens, not what they made us believe. The community, more of a dynasty.
She's no Adele.
So, right now, backyard of Gretna, we got a police officer that suggests that the U.S. Rep AOC needs a round put in her. Charlie Rispoli, Gretna police.
I read that.
This vile idiot needs a round. And I don't mean the kind she used to serve. And I'm like, my G.
This is who's supposed to be protecting and serving us.
Bruh. Right, 15 minutes away. We just were talking. They just 15 minutes away. You thought you could tweet this shit, and this is how, like.
I when I first read it, I thought he meant like a fight. Like,
oh, that's some New Orleans shit.
I read that.
You want him to catch his
round?
round?
Like she needed a round. I was like, what is this, a black shit? I really did.
He told her I want my round. I want my round.
And Sheriff Jerome said he needs a round.
For people not from New Orleans, catching a round is when you're picking a fight. You want a round of fighting. Like round 1, round 2, round 3. Yeah. Nigga, he meant around bullets. Pow. Way worse.
This goes back to Trump.
When do we learn our lesson about social media? When?
But the other thing is, he also took away his defense attorney's only leg to stand on. Because trust me, that attorney was going to go in there and be like, he meant a round of drinks, guys. He clarified, though.
He clarified. And I don't mean the kind she used to serve. Make sure you're not meaning that kind.
Not a drink, huh? What else can she get around of? Pizza?
So there are women of color who live in Gretna right now who have these same viewpoints as AOC. This is someone who has made it his duty. He swore an oath to protect those same women. Do you think that's taking place?
So this thing should the cause of termination or
term of fucking nation.
All the way, man. I feel like
criminal charges because that sounds like a criminal threat to me.
I'll give him that too.
It is a federal charge. I know that. Like
because I don't need him being Liam Neeson. He just see any blockbuster in
exactly.
the street, any LC looking Hispanic woman. I've got to arrest and shoot her with a round. If I was LC, I'd be petty. He'd be like, I felt like that was a threat. She should. Boy, I love it.
He's a terrorist in some sense.
Nigga, I'll call him a terrorist. Yes, because honestly, dude,
he's tweeting and he does have the power in some form.
He's a cop, yo. Like, dude, I feel like there should be no wiggle room with certain things. And when you're a police officer, especially, because there's no wiggle room. If a civilian does something to a cop, there's no wiggle room. That motherfucker going to jail. Whether you hit a cop or you shoot a cop or whatever happened to a cop, you're guaranteed jail. Well, if you're a cop and you make an unbridled threat to a civilian that they didn't do nothing to you, you just doing that shit. Oh no, absolute all punishment should happen.
I'm like what Chris Rock said in his stand-up, dog. Cops should be like airplane pilots, you know what I'm saying? You can't just be good some of the time.
Right.
It's like, our airlines is good, but some of our pilots like to crash from every now and then.
Yeah, right.
Like, no, you gotta be good all the fucking time.
All the fucking time.
A doctor, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be 100 all the time, you know what I'm saying? Though there'll always be a mistake. You have to be 100 all the time. And this shit is right here is below 60%. It's ridiculous.
He is the epitome of an F.
It's like this right here is an automatic fail, son. Most of your population is black in Gretna. Most of your population is black in the surrounding area around Gretna.
Or people of color, because
Oh, at least people of color. At least definitely. Also, there's like some like Vietnamese out in the area in Gretna as well. You know what I'm saying? There's some
Hispanics is
definitely
out
Hispanic
here now.
in that area.
Because she's Hispanic. She's Hispanic, and I'm saying like,
And so
same
like, for him to
difference.
say that, dog, is only based on the fact that he has his rhetoric coming from Trump, that he has legs to stand on, because he feels the highest power got this. So at his lowest power of the highest power in his area, he can roll with this.
Okay, son, like, and the next story is about to be a down. I'm gonna skip this next story. We're gonna just move on, cause I was like, I'm feeling down now, man. And then this one was about. I'm gonna say rest in peace to Miss Activist Sadie Roberts Joseph. I'm gonna move on from there, like, cause I don't want to get into that story. It's depressing. Let's get into no, huh?
Bitch, I know you lying.
Bitch, I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying. Bitch, I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying.
Eddie Murphy coming back to stand up.
70 million. I wonder how fucking Monique feel. I saw that shit. I was like, Monique, girl, I know you mad. You better be on the writing team or something. Because you are pissed.
But he's Eddie
He does
Murphy.
not need Monique on his writing team.
He doesn't.
He's Eddie Murphy, son.
He doesn't.
He was once the number one.
But Eddie Murphy ain't did no
motherfucker.
movie, no stand up, no nothing. We telling Monique that she gotta go.
He got 3
No.
movies coming.
Eddie Murphy has proven already.
He's a box
that
office
he's,
star.
Exactly. Even
Well,
his,
he did, yeah.
Even his bad movies still made
Box
money.
office star.
So
she's not a box
she doesn't
office
have the
star.
buying power Eddie has.
He was the man of the whole 80s to early 90s. Like, no one was getting paid more than him for a good stretch. White, black, or indifferent.
I guess 70 million ain't really much to Eddie Murphy, who done made way much.
And he
in
got
the back
more
end of his old shit still.
And he got the Coming to America 2 about to come out. He got the Dolomite joint about to come out. He got movies coming.
I can't wait to see him in Dolomite. I miss Eddie Murphy raw.
Now, I'm just curious to see. I'm scared because I'm hoping that he come like relevant and don't feel like the old man in the room.
Listen,
that's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy got to come back in a way of like, number one, he got to go like if he was to bring up the shit with that trans woman he got caught with.
Oh yeah,
And he's got to bring that up, but also bring up the fact that all that shit he talked about way back in the old times and be like, y'all remember that shit? Y'all remember? And then bring that shit all around into a funny ass joke of like about how he's aware of the times now.
Yeah.
But bring it to a funny way. That'd be a good transition of old, the shit you said because you got to address it now. The shit you got caught up with since you got that and you said that.
There's been so many years that's happened since he's been on the stand-up stage that he has so much that he could address. That's
one that's like tied because it was like that joke is like
no, I'm not shitting on them. Like, yeah, that too. And imagine what besides that and other things that he could. There's so many years he's been away from the stage that dude, he can pick. He has a plethora of what the fuck do I feel like talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, how long does this like deal go? He has enough material.
Oh, Bud's gonna be sad when he talk about Charlie, Lord.
If he talk about Charlie,
He gonna talk about Charlie.
He has enough material to last for a couple of these joints.
You know, Robert Townsend's still alive. He gonna be a part of this.
So Robert Townsend serenaded me and my husband on our honeymoon.
You can sing?
No. But that's okay. It was beautiful and it was in LAX.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I didn't think to try to record it. It was wonderful.
You were caught in the moment and enjoying it as you should have been.
I guess.
Exactly. Everything doesn't need the camera,
right?
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
I love Robert Townsend, man. He's one of the most underrated creators of our time.
I've been repping that boy since like I was a child watching on Parenthood, and then of course I watched many things before that and after that.
I was about to say, please don't tell me the first thing you remember Robert Townsend from was Parenthood.
Okay,
that's what I grew up with as a kid.
But I forget you're not our age.
So it's more than one. It's for stand-up specials. So he has a couple that's gonna be coming.
70 million though, dog.
So 70 million for an undisclosed number of specials.
I just really want him to be funny.
He's gonna be.
Yeah, I don't want him. I really want it to be popping.
I don't know where his head has been at.
Right.
Comically, these last few years.
He's a private figure when you think about it. You really don't know what goes on with his life.
I mean, occasionally TMZ will catch him, and he doesn't make a joke, you know, and he's not one of those crazy like Twitter people and stuff like that.
He comes from the old school. He comes from the old school.
Next up, Elon Musk is making implants to link your brain with a smartphone.
Tripping.
Listen.
This is the beginning.
If people actually go through with this,
they will.
Y'all have taken technology to a ridiculous level. Do y'all watch Black Mirror?
Yes.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. That's all you guys say.
I haven't seen
That's
it yet.
the first thing I thought about.
That's what the show is specifically about.
It reminds me of Futurama.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I never watched
I mean, you could. That's the comedic twist on how it can be dangerous because they get into those topics about technology. But Black Mirror is the horrific slant of this on. Yeah, you trusting that technology, huh? I just don't fuck with it. We have many years and years and years and years of evidence to show us why we shouldn't do this.
I just don't feel like it's necessary. Like, how is it gonna?
Movies.
What's it gonna do that's gonna improve my life over the life I would normally have without this?
That's also easy for us to say because we still remember a time when technology didn't exist.
Yeah.
When you had to use the payphone, there was no such thing as a cell
We
phone.
had beepers.
2 ways.
Right.
Like our grandkids might.
We had 2 ways.
Our grandkids might think this is a great idea because they're gonna be
Exactly.
born into what's next, what's fast, right now.
I just need to know how it's supposed to improve things.
It will. I mean, I can
It's
see
in my
how
brain.
it can make things faster because you have to think. You have to think to pick up your phone to do things. You just do it. But that scares me.
I don't see nothing
That
you can put
scares
on
me.
my
I'm not
brain
about to put
that
nothing in my
changes
brain.
It's not gonna affect it. You
Nope.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
This shit is a complex thing on its own. You gotta put a machine on it.
Nope.
So my whole thing is, and I'm not like a conspiracy theorist, but I truly believe that if we're gonna go into it thinking that it's for us to control the phones, but at what point is it for whoever's the highest bidder to control us?
I was getting ready to say, y'all worried about Russia and FaceApp?
Exactly.
And y'all gonna let Elon Musk put a freaking implant in your brain to make your
Now
smartphone
listen, the
easy?
thing about Elon is that I think he's just a brilliant scientist, but it's about to go fall into the wrong hands.
I don't trust his name. His name sounds like one of those
A villain?
villains.
He smokes
on-
weed. I fucks with him.
No, I understand. Yeah, that's be the nigga that's gonna get you on the movie when we watch this back. Everybody loved Elon Musk. No one thought anything bad about Elon
He put a
Musk.
car in space, dog.
After the record scratch.
Right. It's gonna come. It's gonna come. I got nothing against the dude. You ain't about to fuck with my brain. Last up on NOOO, is Florida man tied up wife's lover, cut off his penis with scissors.
That's
Florida man strikes again.
Authorities say a Florida man failed his wife's lover at gunpoint and cut off the man's penis before fleeing with a flailing appendage. What a sentence.
He took the dick with him.
Yes, 49-year-old Alex Bonilla was arrested hours later on charges including aggravated assault.
Cut this man dick off, bro.
No, he cut this man's
Not
dick
her.
off.
He.
Yeah, the husband found his wife lover,
Oh.
held him at gunpoint and used scissors.
I would probably have
Crime-
rather just be
Scissors.
shot.
Crime of passion.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can still do 10 to 20 for crimes of passion.
All right, I do the 10.
Deputies say the victim told authorities that they released a statement on Tuesday that Bonilla broke into his neighbor's home on Sunday. This ain't no crime of passion. Tied the neighbor up and mutilated his genitals with scissors.
Oh, man,
The
you
victim
ain't
told
just-
authorities that Bonilla then took the severed penis, like we said. Deputies say the motive still is under investigation, though an arrest report says Bonilla caught his wife and the victim having sex in May.
There's no crime of passion.
That boy,
He had
time.
First off, here's the first problem. He fled across the street to his own house. So his wife
was screwing the neighbor
enough
Dog.
to be walking across the street.
Dog.
But wait, but he was stupid enough to think that's where he could hide out with the penis.
Right.
Like, sir, you're literally caught red-handed. The dick is in your hand.
At your house.
At your house.
At your
He probably was
house.
showing it to her like, this is what you wanted, huh? Here, go ahead and have it. She probably woke up to it like Godfather.
Like, look, I'm not to sleep with a fish.
Oh,
Hit his hand in his penis. You
no.
got
This
it.
is
Okay, but like, I would have just rather get shot.
Yes,
Yeah,
I would.
like, I don't even have a penis, but I just feel like cutting some. Oh, just shoot me.
He's a eunuch now.
Just shoot me, dog.
It could possibly have been reattached. Like, they can
Possibly.
do penile reattachment depending on how it was cut.
How it was cut, how
Yeah.
long
It had been. before they
Oh,
recovered
how
it.
long had it been? Huh, CJ? I hear you.
That's not at all what I meant. Not at all.
Let's pass this because this shit making money.
Yeah, let's get to the hero highlight then.
Dog, son, I told my girl, I was like, straight up, son. She was like, you can live without your penis. I was like, no, you can't. No, you can't.
Okay.
It ain't life. Fuck that.
I said no.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to, you can be a hero without your penis too. Fuck no. No. I will off myself. Dog, you cut off my penis, I'll tell you, say something, what a gun at? Let me just finish it. There's no point of living, dog. There's no point of living.
You want to get a hero highlight, bro?
Only thing would be my little girl, but dog, after she get a certain age, I'll be like, I don't know. I had to be gay. I had to take it.
You don't have to be gay, dog. And taking up
gotta
the
have
ass
sex.
is not necessarily gay if you're not having a dude do it.
All right, cool. So there's still some kind of spot I can hit. like that. I'm just trying to figure out how
The
can I
fact that you're really
Thinking this
contemplating.
through.
All the way through. Like your dick is still attached, dog. It's not in danger right now.
I
As long
know.
as you're not cheating with the neighbor's wife.
You hear me?
So
should be
there's
okay.
actually been research done in cases where they can't reattach the penis, where they put a prosthesis that works with your nervous system, so you still get pleasure. So you'd have like a permanent like strap on essentially, but you would feel pleasure.
So I'll be like a robot dick.
Now pause.
I guess. Yeah.
Pause. The fact that you know this information is very
Listen,
interesting. You just pulled that one out.
No, seriously, I like to fall down rabbit holes on the internet. Put it that way.
It's very easy to fall
Yeah.
down.
Yes,
rabbit
when you
hole.
put it like that, you're absolutely correct. It's easy to fall down. But hero highlight, y'all.
And we all happy, feeling good inside. Cause people doing good in the world of pure fuckery. Like the shine a light, all the person, all the niggas doing good. In the pure world of pure fuckery. Fuckery.
Robert Downey Jr. think he Tony Stark for real. He launches a climate change coalition to clean up the world with technology for the next 10 years. He put millions on this, man.
I'm with it.
I'm with it too. Somebody got to be smart.
Right.
But it's just trippy that dog. You play the dude that does this. And now you doing it.
Of course, dog. Like you said, it's method.
He went method on us, bro.
And real talk, you got enough money. Fuck it. And
Right.
You can do it. And listen.
More people with money need to start
do
doing
it right.
things.
And one thing about Robert Downey Jr. dog is that I fucks with him. Like he's been on the lowest of the low, bounced
Yeah.
back, came through with Sherlock Holmes. After he did Tropic Thunder, I was like, "There's nothing wrong with you doing my eyes, dog." That shit was the most hilarious thing I ever seen anybody
And
do.
he really he got real close to being on a whole lot of groups' shit lists in Tropic
Yeah.
Thunder.
But it was
Right.
written so perfectly
Yeah.
well from
It was like, this is the
It was
line.
right on the line. It was genius. It was right on
I
the
love
line.
it.
It was right
It was
on the
so-
line. And
I
instead,
drop
and
character to the DVD.
and instead of the
commentary.
black dude to play off of him, so it just all
Of course,
worked.
you had
It just all worked.
I'm here because maybe I gotta represent.
Dog.
I don't know, dog.
Yeah.
I think Robert Downey, because that to me that kind of acting took a certain type of genius. You know what I'm
That
saying?
acting and that writing, all of it, they got it.
And the Iron Man, I just felt like it was just watching somebody who was about to get kicked out of Hollywood bounce back. Now it don't really happen to too many people like that are of color.
I'm about to say black people don't always get that bounce back, but good for Robert Downey.
Yeah,
Good for
because
him.
like I was a fan of his art.
Yeah, because he cold. He's cold. Next up, Dr. Angela Davis will be inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame.
About time.
That's beautiful. Joining over 266 women that have been inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame since its creation in 1969. Damn, she just...
1959.
Right.
Or 69, yeah.
In 69, but dang, lady, y'all, this Angela Davis, bitch, I should have been put Angela Davis.
Yeah, like.
Damn.
Overdue.
Y'all
That's
could
what's
have
up,
put
baby.
her in 1969. Fuck.
I'm saying though.
You're right,
I'm
though.
saying though. Shouts out to Melody Hobson. That's George Lucas's wife. You know, Star Wars. She does a lot of activism now. I was reading up on her, man. She put a lot of work in, and currently she's trying to buy Ebony and Jet to keep it afloat.
That's what's up, bro. We need that shit.
Yeah, man.
We
Melody,
need, you know what I'm
Melody said, "I am my own woman, man." Like I almost felt bad like bringing up her husband, but you know, as it was just giving the relevance of who you might know her as. But nah, she's like all the way out that shadow. Like if you Google her, there's so much she's doing. I advise a lot of people to check her out. Like
Son,
she
they're a
holding it
power
down.
couple, son. You can't be that. When you that rich dog, either your wife is stay at home and she probably doing her own thing, or you're a super power couple and y'all is like combination power. So you gonna hear about her or not? You know what I'm saying? When you hear about her, oh she.
Isn't that also just like any couple? They're either like regular or they're a power couple?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
no.
Yeah,
You got a regular power couple?
not
No,
really.
I'm saying
That's
you're either
the-
a power couple
Oh, you-
making moves either in your community, your neighborhood, your world, the country, whatever, or you're just a regular couple.
chilling. Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, I'm in a power couple, so
Yeah, I think that's something to strive towards if both people are getting it in. Because that's the definition. Basically, both people are just going. They go getters. They conquering. And if you're both conquering separately, when you come together, it should just be easy. Like, and I think any couple should strive towards that. Because that means you growing, you making moves with your couple. For if you ain't trying to grow,
if you ain't growing,
you dig. You know what I mean? A power couple don't have to be famous. You know what I mean? A power couple is essentially two people getting it. You feel me? And I respect that. Speaking of respect, last up on Hero Highlight, I'm gonna give it to Gwendolyn Christie. She played Brienne on Game of Thrones. Now, first and foremost, on Acting While Black, we already shouted out all the black people that got Emmy nominated, like all of When They See Us, from Pose, from there's like so much blackness that got Emmy nominations. So that's just heroes right there off the dump. But I'm giving Gwendolyn Christie a nod for the Hero Highlight for her audacity. HBO did not submit her for an Emmy.
Which was crazy to me.
They submitted other people in the cast, but they did not submit her. So she submitted herself.
Yep.
And she got nominated. So she on the list. And I'm like, yo, that's respect, son.
Believe in yourself.
Nigga.
That's the way to start. And I say,
hey, what a wonderful kind of day. Yeah, man, it's real. It's real.
No, you gotta believe in yourself.
So just shouts out there, dog, because you gotta have that audacity, man. If you don't throw the freaking gamble on yourself, what's the point?
But that's also because the thing is, when you say audacity, it's true because that's also looking at HBO and saying, hey, they see something. Is this going against you? Yeah, is this a slap in your face or is this a wake up call for you?
Hey, either way, I don't work there no more. The show over. Right. So she can really just be like, nigga, boom, bitch.
But you want to keep good standards with HBO, you know what I'm saying? It's HBO.
Yeah.
I mean, most Emmy winners or Emmy nominated actors will still be on their radar.
Yeah, it's true.
She didn't burn down the set or nothing.
Yeah.
I guess if she did get nominated, it'd be like, so you gonna submit your garbage ass?
It worked. It's good that it worked.
We didn't submit you for a reason. All right, now you're heartbroken yourself.
If it didn't work, you might have a point, but it worked.
You gotta be like, all right, we fucked up. We dropped the ball.
I really wish more women in whatever industry they're in felt like I did good and I need to be recognized.
Real.
So like I hope they take her example and do this.
The problem is we don't all have that platform. So it's not, in your industry, there is no Emmy you can nominate yourself.
Nominate yourself for a damn promotion or something.
Yeah, step up, speak up.
Yeah.
So just generally like, bet on you.
Like you said, the audacity. Have that audacity about yourself.
Know your worth, baby.
Yes.
Yeah, man. And yeah, man, that was this episode, man. Episode 84, side B. This was fun shit. Y'all come back.
Did you think we would be like stuffy and boring because we're old married ladies?
Nah.
The weed was gonna loosen everything up.
Oh, I don't remember you as stuffy and boring people, so nah, I probably wouldn't have just hit you back if I thought that. I would be like, I'll let you know, Bree.
Yeah, no, I'm busy, but keep listening.
Listen to y'all podcast, dog. You know what I mean? Y'all keep it 100. Like that was the fuck no. Nah. Thank y'all for coming, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Thank you.
So hit us up at flywithbats@gmail.com. As we always say, we want y'all to be part of the conversation. Hit up reviewingdat@gmail.com. You refer it, we review it, whatever it is, even if it sucks. We about to start reviewing Euphoria soon. That's such a fun show. That show is so amazing.
It comes on
Tonight, if I say Sunday show. Yeah, man, I don't think I got anything else to shout out, man. Oh, hit up yourdigbrand.com to get your good wear from my partner D-Mac. You feel me? This is that actor guy, Martin Bass Bradford. You can find me at Martin Bass Bradford on Facebook, but everywhere else at Mr. Bat. Spell it, Mr. Out. And you know the rest. And for this episode, I'm gone.
Posse Wine, it's your boy AlphaJo, fresh out of the gumbo, still deep in the roo. And if you're out in the streets and you're looking for me, you can find me on IG, AlphaJo, no E, 504, sideB. We out this bitch, you hear me? Man, we just left out here with the ladies with the rings and the Thangs. And I'll tell you this right here. From the very beginning of what we talked about this episode, I can't wait to get married. I mean, I look forward to it. I'm one of those gentlemen who actually thought about my wedding day many a night. And that was how fly all my men was going to be and how beautiful she was going to look and how if I didn't cry, I knew it wasn't going to be the one because I know I'm going to cry. If I don't cry, I know it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I cried at my dog's wedding. I knew it was right.
I feel you, dog. Let them know where they can find y'all at, man.
Well, it's Bree and CJ, and you guys can reach us at 4mrsandamike@gmail.com. Also at 4mrsandamike on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Am I forgetting anything, CJ?
Nope. And it's the number 4. The number
Yes,
4.
4.
MrsAndAMike@gmail.com.
And please listen and subscribe to our podcast, of course, after you listen to Fly with Bats.
All right. I'm about to roll up another.
Yes, sir. Potty Mouth Pothead Podcast is out.
Dog.
Yeah, chillin' on the couch, hand on my pouch, just waking up, watching Homeboy House. Thinking about the day I had to press rewind, play. When I say being a doctor was my goal, ambition, thing I wanted to be. Until I learned the work that it took, and I would be in infinite debt. Then I imagine myself 80 years old, dead with debt over my head. Too much doubt, gotta go another route. Once I got on the music, I ain't never getting out. I envision my life and how I'ma live it out. Kids and a wife, I hope I figure it out. So until then, rule 10, gotta wrap it up, cause life moves on even if we get stuck. So I turn back on the tube, now I'm on the cool, watching set it off, wishing I would make moves. The Tipo was a fool, but the blues, it will hit ya. So you stay inside so them bullets might miss ya. You can get your issue any single day, make beats at my home so I never fade away. Learning notes and keys, I gotta sit alone. I used to pray to God, but we don't get along. Preachers and believers trying to turn me around, but I should still be proud even if I'm not down with G.O.D. My real F-A-T-H-E-R, not in my vision of tomorrow. He's still living, never forgiving. I oughta try and get along, but twice he ran alone, so now I stand alone. But I ain't lonely. Wheat, cheese, and turkey used to be baloney. Smart kid growing up, but that in an instant. Winning every day, see my past in the distance. I don't regret a thing, cause I love my existence. Kinda militant, but that's just sentiments from living this life. Still got an open mind. People surprised I never been shot or did time. Step out on the porch, nothing never changed. Stuttering Jerome, old girl, what's her name? There go old Missy. Look at Miss Barbara and the lady who made the frozen cups daughter. Yeah, I got smarter, learned from the dumb. Been in my own lane, just never had my own drum. Used to rap about clapping, they never had a gun. I was just imitating, but with a little patience, I'm 3 years ahead of my time and stimulating for me to imagine what would have happened if I was saving like every week. Cause living off pennies ain't sweet, it's bitter. You can be my nigga, but they don't mean that you fam.